Rated everyone.
All right, guys, we're live. Let me just make sure we are all good across the platform here. Make sure audio good, video good, all that good stuff. The game audio I will go ahead and turn on here in a few minutes once we officially get started. Welcome in, everyone, to the Sparkin Sports NFL live stream of the 4-6 Arizona Cardinals versus the 5-4 San Francisco 49ers. Coming at you live from Estadio Azteca in Mexico City. I am your host, Gage Madrid. Just gonna get a few minutes. We got a few minutes before the game officially gets started. They are doing the American and Mexican national anthems right now. How's everyone doing tonight, guys? Really appreciate you all tuning in. Just a couple of housekeeping matters before we officially get started. It would really help me out if you could leave a like on this stream. It helps push us out to fellow NFL fans. We have recently rebranded this channel from a Denver Broncos exclusive channel to a channel that now covers all 32 teams. But fear not, if you are looking exclusively for my Denver Broncos content, you can find that on my other channel, Denver Broncos Syndicate. I'll go ahead and throw the link to that channel in the chat here in just a second. But that's where you can find all my Denver Broncos content. And in fact, we are so close to 1,000 subscribers. We are less than 25. So it would be awesome if we could get to 1,000 subscribers by tonight. Just finishing up the national anthem. Will Hernandez of Mexican heritage. Cardinals guard bringing out the flag. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get the link for Denver Broncos Syndicate in the chat. Again, guys, I would really appreciate it if you could give us a subscribe over there. We are now just 23 subscribers away from 1,000, and for those who do not know, 1,000 is the magic number to get us monetized. So I would really appreciate it if you would give Denver Broncos Syndicate a subscribe. I'm actually going to, remove. Also, guys, I have a poll up right now. I'd love to know your thoughts on who wins this game. Cardinals are obviously starting Colt Jesus, I cannot function right now. Cardinals are obviously starting Colt McCoy in this game in place of the injured Kyler Murray, who is down with a hamstring injury. And overall, I thought he actually managed the offense really well last week against the Los Angeles Rams, who were also playing their backup quarterback. Jimmy Garoppolo, who started the season actually as a backup, is now the San Francisco full-time starter after Trey Lance went down in week 2. And overall, I think he's played really well. There we go. Jimmy G obviously getting some massive help from Christian McCaffrey. Newest 49er, came over in that mid-season trade from the Carolina Panthers. Again, guys, I just want to make sure that my audio is all good. We are just about a minute away from officially getting started here. Looks like a really nice evening there in Mexico City. Let me know, where's everyone watching from, guys? I would love to know. We're obviously streaming here from the Mile High city of Denver, Colorado. Trying to build this new community here on Sparkin' Sports NFL. I would really appreciate it if you left a like on this stream. Again, it really helps push us out to fellow NFL fans. If you're so inclined, give the channel a subscribe. And if you're a Denver Broncos fan, please check out my Denver Broncos channel, Denver Broncos Syndicate. All right, guys, it looks like we are officially getting ready to get going here. Just 1 second, I will go ahead and unmute things. All right, here we go. Looks like a little rain starting to fall there at the Estadio Azteca. Oh, here we go. ESPN Deportes announcer getting things going. Joe Buck, Troy Aikman on the call tonight from Estadio Azteca. Let's go. I'm hyped. Got 5 people in chat. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Rain's really starting to fall there in Mexico City. Looks like the Cardinals will get the ball start off. Robbie Gould will kick off. And here we go. From Estadio Azteca. Throws over Greg Dortch's head for a touchback, and here comes Colt McCoy and the Cardinals offense. Again, I thought Colt McCoy did a really good job managing the game for the Cardinals last week.
About 2,000 feet higher than Denver's Mile High Stadium.
Yep. I was at Mile High Stadium yesterday, watched the Raiders take my Broncos down. Altitude sickness can be a real thing, as anyone who lives up here in altitude knows. Cardinals begin 1st and 10 from their own 25. Under center is Colt McCoy. Rondale Moore goes in motion. Rondale Moore, and he is tackled in the backfield on a little jet sweep. Fred Warner was there along with Diamador Lenore. Loss of 6 on that play.
That's why Arizona starts this night with a football. A little different than the start Arizona had last week.
Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. Second out and 16 now, following that blown-up jet sweep. James Conner is in the backfield. 2 tight ends set to the left side. DeAndre Hopkins goes in motion. McCoy looking, firing, and that is Nuke Hopkins into traffic, and Hopkins will get to the 25-yard line, gain of 6, getting it down to the original line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 10.
Look at Colt McCoy, and there are the numbers from that win
Looks
last
like
week. I thought he was so
67%
good,
of you guys
and he
are
knew
on the
there was
49ers to
only
win this
starter in that
game.
offensive line to start the game last week was right tackle Kelvin Beachum.
Now, Cardinals come up here with a
They've had
3rd
lot
down
of
and
issues
10
up
from their own
front, and
25.
a lot of different players that they've had to rely on. Colt did a great job
AJ
of not
Green
taking the
goes in
sacks
motion. 2
and
receivers
was
set
able
on
to come
each
away with a
side for the
victory on the road against
Cardinals.
the LA Rams.
Crowd seems pretty pro 49er, even though this is technically a Cardinals
3rd down
home
and
game.
10.
Here is
Four-man
McCoy
rush from San
surveying,
Francisco.
firing, and that is low and
Incomplete for
incomplete. Looking for James Conner, and that will be a 3 and out for the
And it
Cardinals.
started with that play made by Lenore on that handoff to Rondale Moore to start the night.
The 49ers play a lot of zone coverage. They got the inside pressure. Then
4th
on
and
Colt
10, Andy
McCoy,
Lee is on to
and
kick it away.
Unlike last week when he was able to get the ball out quickly, receivers were able to create a little bit of separation. You see the rain falling down. It had been dry throughout the day, but started about the time they were about to kick off. But that time just had nowhere
Ray
to really
McLeod
go with
is
the
back
football.
deep for San Francisco. Kick is away.
Punt.
And from the 30-yard line, McLeod breaks the tackle, and McLeod will take it to about the 37-yard line. And that is where San Francisco will begin their first possession. Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo. Got to mute that really quickly. 49ers offense has really gotten things going over the past few games. They were able to secure a victory over the Chargers last week. Gotten their new toy Christian McCaffrey involved, as well as Deebo Samuel. Having both of those guys on the field is absolutely dynamic. You never know who's going to get the ball. They start here under center. McCaffrey is in the backfield. They bring Kyle Juszczyk in motion to the slot to the right side. Handoff goes to CMC, and he gets out to the 39, gain of 2.
Take a look at our Star Watch, brought to you by Barefoot Wine. We look at McCaffrey and Deebo. J.J. Watt, who just made that tackle on Christian McCaffrey, and Budda Baker, who is an all-world safety, played last week despite a high ankle sprain 2 games ago against
2nd down and
Seattle.
8.
I mean, teammates don't forget
McCaffrey in the backfield, quick snap it.
Good.
Garoppolo fires over the middle, and that is a dangerous pass. He threw that into a Cardinals team meeting. George Kittle, the intended receiver there. That brings up a 3rd and 8. A very dangerous throw there from Jimmy G.
Take a closer look, but
Looks like possibly quarters coverage there for the Niners, or for the Cardinals, and that is a little bit early contact there from Budda Baker, but
I was a little surprised watching it in real time. I thought we'd see a
nonetheless brings up a 3rd down and 8.
It was Isaiah Simmons, now 3rd down and 8.
From the 39-yard line, Jawan Jennings goes in motion, stack formation to the left side. They pick up the blitz. Garoppolo fires down the sideline, overthrown, and no flag. There was contact from Marco Wilson, but they let it go, and that's going to be a 4th down. Both teams go 3 and out to start. Let's see what we got here. Wilson, he looks like he's playing the ball, and that's kind of incidental contact, and just like they said, that's a good no call there.
Wasn't even Marco Wilson that tripped him up.
Yep.
So the 2 sides trade 3 and outs.
Now here's Mitch Wisnowski to punt it away. Greg Dortch.
Wisnowski hits it. Good one. Dortch will
let it bounce, and it'll check up, and it's down at the 1-yard line. Oh, wait, did it hit the goal line? It did. That's a touchback. Couldn't down it in the field to play. Tarvarius Ward, or Tarvarius Moore. 2 very similar names there, but he had his foot on the paint. That is a touchback. So Cardinals will take over for their 2nd offensive possession at their own 20-yard line. Both teams with quick 3 and outs to start. It's a sign of maybe things to come here. The weather seems to not be in the favor of the passing game at all. It definitely all seems that the run game is going to be a key factor. Got 12 people in here. Let's go. Again, guys, be sure to leave a like on the stream. It helps push us out to fellow NFL fans. Also, while you're at it, I would really appreciate if you'd check out my Denver Broncos channel, Denver Broncos Syndicate. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers over there, and I really think we can get there by tonight. So it would be awesome if you could help us out and check that out. Link is in, I'm going to pin that comment actually. There we go. Also, if you have yet to vote in our poll, I'd appreciate you could do so. I'd love to know who wins this game. Thus far, it looks like 78% of you guys are on the 49ers. We got 9 votes. Got a couple people going for the Cardinals, though. Thus far, a pretty slow start to the game. This may be a bit of a defensive slugfest in this one, again, with the weather conditions, and both teams really do have top-tier run games, so I feel that that's really going to play a factor, and whichever team can control the line of scrimmage up front is going to obviously have a big advantage. We're on a commercial break right now, guys. Once we come out of it, I will go ahead and unmute the game audio. Do not want to get a copyright claim, so we got it muted at the moment. All right. Oh, no, we are not back. Kind of tricked me into thinking it was for a second. All right, guys, we're back. Cardinals take over with the second offensive possession. First down and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Cardinals without their all-pro center, Rodney Hudson, for this game. First and 10, McCoy is under center. Greg Dortch goes in motion, offset eye to the left, and they hand it off to the right side. James Conner, and he's blown up. Kevin Givens was there along with Diamador Lenore, who was in on the previous TFL.
One of the things we see in this ball game is Charvarius Ward, who generally lines up as the left corner for this defense, is going to line up for the most part to the defensive right side. And the reason for that is DeAndre Hopkins, number 10 there.
Second down and 11, following a loss of 1. A.J. Green now goes in motion.
Offensive left, so that'll be a matchup that will
McCoy claps and takes the snap, drops back, fires, and that is complete. That is the tight end Trey McBride, rookie out of Colorado State.
Who is trying to fill the very big shoes of
Denver Broncos fans obviously will know of him.
Who is lost for the rest of the year after a knee
trying to
injury
fill that
last
void
week
of
against
Zach
LA.
Ertz, who suffered a knee injury last week, is now done for the year. Now we got a third down and 5 situation here for the Cardinals, trying to avoid a second consecutive 3 and out. They come out in 11 personnel. Trips left. Greg Dortch goes in motion to the right side.
Third down and 5.
McCoy fires to the sideline, and that's complete. Nuke Hopkins. I don't know if the throw was intended for Nuke, but Nuke cut it in front of it and caught it. What a catch it was, and that'll move the chains for the Cardinals. It's either cover 2 man or cover 2 zone. It's cover 2 zone, it appears.
And Colt McCoy just puts the ball perfectly.
What a throw there by Colt McCoy. Again, that was really tight window there. 11 personnel again. McBride goes in motion. They hand it off. Connor, and not much. Cardinals' run game has struggled to get things going.
But since he's come back weeks 7 through 10, he is the most targeted receiver in the NFL. And he's got the most catches, 3rd most receiving yards. So whether it's been
got 9 people in the chat. Let's go. Second down and 8.
And they've got other guys. I mean,
Dortch goes in motion to the backfield and comes in a little orbit. McCoy surveys, fires, and that is another one down the sideline. It's Hopkins again. And Nuke Hopkins picks up 17 out to about the 39-yard line. Good throw and catch there from McCoy to Hopkins. Charvarius Ward got his hips turned on that one. Not a very good job. He was caught in trail technique. Definitely a tough rep there for Charvarius Ward, but that's what best wide receiver in the game in Nuke Hopkins will do to you. First and 10, Dortch in motion. They fake it to him and they flip it out on a little screen. James Conner with blockers in front, and he has a gain of 8.
Conner a catch and a run picks up 8.
Well, like I said coming into this game, Joe, that this pass rush for the 49ers, primarily a 4-man rush. They don't blitz a lot. But, man, they can get after the
second down and
quarterback that
2.
they have throughout this season, that you just have to get the ball out quick. So we've seen McCoy get the ball out quick, and then you also have some of those things in the design by Cliff Kingsbury with the quick screen game and see what they can get after the catch.
From the 29-yard line, 2 receivers set to the right side. Handoff to Connor. Connor cuts it left. He picks up the first down.
Colt McCoy is a great story. He's been around his 13th year in the NFL.
And a good drive here for the Cardinals. Much better than their first.
And when we got a chance to talk to him, and I asked him about, you feel like you ever really got a fair shot? He said, I'm not making excuses. I had a lot of injuries, and I just flat out didn't win enough. A guy who was the 4th quarterback off the board in his draft here. He's the only one left.
First down and 10 now from the 26-yard line of the 49ers. And this time a handoff. This is Keontae Ingram, who gets about 4.
And someday he may want to coach. Someday he may want to do what we're doing.
Colt McCoy, obviously a wily old veteran. Someone who has got really deep ties to football from the University of Texas.
He's a different quarterback than Kyler Murray. Sometimes you like to
2
have
tight ends
with
set to the left side.
Sets, but he's been a welcomed addition. He's essentially like a coach player now.
Second down and 6 from the 22. Colt takes the snap. Fires, end zone, into coverage. It's incomplete. Trying to hit that little hole shot to the tight end, Steven Anderson. And that'll bring up a third down and 6.
Through the hands of Anderson.
They didn't get good separation on the route. They're trying to run a 2-on-1 on the safety, but the receiver.
Again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in.
Because the inside receiver there didn't get to the middle the way that you would have liked for him to, but this ball was on the money. I mean, we saw these throws.
And we got a whistle.
All afternoon against the LA
Possible
Rams,
injury.
And that was one that Anderson, should have caught.
Charvarius Ward down on a knee.
That would be a big loss there for the 49ers. He might just be a little bit gassed there because of the altitude.
That is
obviously very tough conditions there in Mexico City between the tough air quality and the altitude. Players will get gassed pretty frequently, pretty frequent visits to the oxygen tank. Lightheadedness and nausea are definite side effects of altitude sickness. And it looks like Ward is just trying to catch his breath there.
If they lose Charvarius Ward and what he's
and the rain really coming down there at Estadio Azteca.
And then, of course, even moving forward, he's their best corner.
Ward
really
gets up.
Well.
Dre Greenlaw is checking out as well.
Oh. Greenlaw obviously was ejected last week in the game against the Chargers for the helmet-to-helmet hit on Justin Herbert.
And Greenlaw able to get off the field under his own power, but altitude's a real thing. I mean, as
yes, it
Lisa
is.
said, these two teams prepared for this
especially
game
if you're not someone who's prepared for it.
totally differently.
Both of these teams prepared differently.
Springs. Cardinals have been training with altitude masks for the last 3
and the
weeks,
Cardinals are at somewhat higher altitude in Arizona, but it's nowhere near the altitude in Mexico. First, third down and 6, trips right. McCoy fires, end zone, overthrown, incomplete. Some contact there on DeAndre Hopkins. Diamador Lenore in coverage. No flag. Looks like Hopkins and McCoy might not have been on the same page there. Definitely some contact. Yeah, they really are. The officiating's been very quiet. I don't even think we've seen an appearance from our white hat here tonight. So now here's Matt Prater on to attempt the field goal. 40-yard try in a downpour in Mexico City. Prater, high snap, good hold, and good kick. Good job by the holder, Andy Lee, getting that down. And now we have a 3-0 lead for the Arizona Cardinals. Good second drive for them after having a rough first drive. One of Larry Fitzgerald jersey there. All right, guys, how's everyone doing tonight? Again, we've got a poll up here. Looks like 70%, 77% of you guys are on the 49ers to win this game. 49ers started off with a 3-and-out. Let's see if they can fare better here on their second offensive possession. Just make sure that my stream is all good. Yep. All right. Got 10 people in here right now. I really appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. We should be live here on Sparkin Sports NFL for at least 2 Thanksgiving games, possibly all 3. I know I will definitely be streaming the Lions and the Bills as well as the Patriots and Vikings, and then I might sneak Cowboys Giants in there as well. Cardinals always have the 49ers number and will beat them today too. Well, Sundance, thus far the Cardinals are off to a really good start. So let's see if they can continue to hold that. Colt McCoy has, in my opinion, done a really good job distributing the ball to his playmakers. He's been a really good game manager, and that's exactly what you want from your backup quarterback. So let's see if that can continue here. Obviously, Jimmy Garoppolo, who technically entered the season as the 49ers backup quarterback, has done a really good job filling in place of the injured Trey Lance. Obviously, when you have guys such as George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk to distribute the football to, that definitely helps. All right, looks like we're about to jump back in here.
Montañez mural was installed on Chapultepec Avenue, one of Mexico City's busiest streets.
Freaking Joe Buck trying to speak Spanish is a little bit cringeworthy.
Over 8 million in Mexico City, the capital of Mexico, and they have been having fun all week.
Got 17 people in here. Let's go.
Stadium, even with the rain, enjoying it all.
Yeah, it was. We got here extra early, not knowing how traffic might be.
All right, here's Prater to kick off. 8 minutes left to play in the first quarter.
What they do back in the U.S.
49ers getting ready to take over for their second offensive possession, and that goes over the head of Ray McLeod for a touchback. 1st and 10 for San Francisco from their own 25. Got to mute that graphic real quick. Alrighty, guys, we're back. 49ers come out here in 21 personnel. Split backfield with McCaffrey and Samuel. Now McCaffrey motions to the slot to the left side. McCaffrey, or Garoppolo fires to McCaffrey. Little glance route here, and that'll pick up 10. Tackle made by Tanner Vallejo, the linebacker.
Buda Baker, look at this number.
Buda Baker also in there on the tackle. Star safety for the Cardinals.
To average over 50 yards rushing.
All right, sounds like it's eye right tight here for the 49ers. That's the formation.
One of those guys, Joe. Le'Veon Bell was one of them as well. I think he's one of those guys that if he was only a wide receiver and played in the slot.
Samuel motion to the backfield. Split backfield with McCaffrey and Samuel. Garoppolo surveys, fires, dumps it. That is McCaffrey again. Gets out to the 41-yard line for a gain of 5.
Vance Joseph, the defensive coordinator, is, who are you going to try to take away? Because they have so many offensive weapons that can do so many different things. Is that Deebo Samuel? Is that Kittle? Is that McCaffrey? We visited with Vance
Joseph, Cardinals defensive coordinator, former Broncos head coach. 11 personnel for the 49ers. Trips right. Handoff. McCaffrey, he's been busy in this drive, and this time he gets 3 yards. And that brings up a 3rd down and 2 for the 49ers.
You tell me who's our number 1 option. Is it Ayuk? Is it Samuel? Is it McCaffrey?
The 49ers' number 1 option is whoever Kyle wants it to be on whatever particular play. That's who the 49ers' number 1 option is.
3rd
down and 2.
Garoppolo
11 personnel
has,
once again.
and being able to get the ball to so many
Split it out
different
5 wides.
players that
McCaffrey
are
motions
really
to the
game
slot
changers.
to the right side. Little orbit motion, and they hand it off. Samuel looking for the first down. He doesn't get there, and there's also a flag on the play.
This is a
Little
hold against
sideline
San
collision, and that's going to be a hold on the 49ers, which will be declined, and that'll be a 4th down and 2.
Rolstad will give his first announcement of the night. This is the first penalty.
Well, Sundance, it looks like they might have gotten another stop here defensively, the Cardinals.
Holding.
Yep, that's going to be a hold, and that's obviously going to be declined. 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Craig Rolstad is our referee tonight. It's the first time we're hearing from him. Hold on George
There he
Kittle.
is, 85.
Working against J.J. Watt.
the
Oh,
hold
boy.
there on J.J.
Well,
Watt.
listen, George Kittle is a
Trying to
great
keep
blocker.
him
Don't
from
get me
being able to get
wrong.
upfield and
But
make a
when
play,
you're going
but
up against
didn't really have
J.J.
much of an
Watt,
impact on
you don't
that
really
play
have much of a
because
chance,
Cardinals, I
and
think
your
this
best
defense,
chance
when
is
you just
probably
look at
just to
their
grab
numbers,
him.
they don't impress you, but
4th down and 3.
I
Here's
think
Mitch
they're better than what
Wisnowski
their
to punt.
numbers
Another
show.
3 and out for
And
the
they really rallied the
49ers.
football there on that 3rd down run.
Wisnowski hits it. George lets it go over.
George
his
will let it
head.
bounce again. And that time it is down in the field of play. The last one was not able to be downed. This time it was.
Who made a play?
Womack was down there to down it. And the 49ers are able to down it, and that'll pin the Cardinals deep in their own territory. Excellent special teams play there. That is how you flip the field. Once again, the 49ers defense does their job, but the Cardinals defense does their job, but the special teams unit for the 49ers comes in to save the day. I cannot talk tonight, son of a bitch. Again, guys, I really appreciate you tuning in. This will be the 3rd offensive possession for the Arizona Cardinals. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now in their second possession, they were able to drive downfield and were able to nail a 40-yard field goal with Matt Prater. Now let's see what they can do here on the 3rd possession. Thus far, Cardinals defensively have done a pretty good job containing the 49ers. 49ers have stalled on a couple of 3rd downs. I love those progressive what really happened replay commercials. Those are funny. All right, guys, again, we've got a poll in the chat. Curious to know who you think's going to win this game. Thus far, it still looks like 80% of you guys are on the 49ers to win this one. Cardinals have done a pretty good job containing them, though, so if the 49ers are going to want to win, they're going to have to get something going here offensively. Nonetheless, the Cardinals take over here, pinned deep in their own territory following the brilliant special teams play, where the 49ers were able to down that punt. Colt McCoy taking over once again. Cardinals are up 3-0 here.
Ball sitting at their own 4 against this
1st and 10 from the 4-yard line. 5:47 left in the first quarter. Trips right. McCoy is under center. 2 tight ends set to the left. Handoff goes to Connor. Not much. He gets 1. Charvarius Ward was there along with Ridgeway. Oh, that's a big one for them. The big speedy slot receiver.
Wow, that's big. 20 24 catches over the last 3 games.
Yeah, he's been a real factor for them offensively the past few weeks.
He's not able to go this week, and now
second down and 9. Cardinals still without Hollywood Brown as well.
That's a pretty big hit.
They're going to rely heavily here on DeAndre Hopkins, of course. This time they fire it out to Greg Dortch, another speedy wide receiver. And Dortch gets 8 yards, about a half yard shy of the line to gain.
Yeah, Greg Dortch, he's a guy you don't talk or hear a lot about, but man, all this guy does is make catches. He'll take some shots down the field. He's got really good hands, but he'll be relied on more.
Third down and 1, less than 1. They come out in the pistol formation here. McCoy with Connor behind him, and they give it to Connor, and Connor will leapfrog for the first down. He gets about 3 yards. Nice block there from Trey McBride, but Connor using that leaping ability there. Oh yeah, he leapfrogged over Dre Greenlaw on that one. First down and 10 now from the 16-yard line. Connor comes in motion. McCoy pumps, and they set up a screen to the tight end McBride, and that is well played. Charvarius Ward was there, and that'll limit him to a gain of a couple. And it looks like Jimmy Ward is a little slow to get up for the 49ers.
He just goes. You got Jimmy Ward who's coming in trying to.
Ward came in a heat-seeking missile on that one. He is back on his feet. Second down and 8, following a gain of 2.
Defensively, really on the offensive side of the ball as well. And we've seen Charvarius Ward now come up and make a few plays from that cornerback position, making tackles.
Fake it to Connor. McCoy, good protection, fires over the middle. That is complete. AJ Green makes his first catch of the evening.
Touchdown at the Rams, hasn't been used much, just his 13th catch of the season after 54 a year ago, and that great run he had when he first came into the league with Cincinnati.
He made some outstanding catches last week. He had 2 in that game. One was on 4th down, made a great catch, and then he had the touchdown, which was another
third down
catch.
and 3 from the 23.
But he's a lot like DeAndre Hopkins.
Little bunch formation. Hopkins goes in motion to the left side.
If it's anywhere within the vicinity of his radius.
Third down and 3.
McCoy, pressure from Bosa. He tries to dump it to Connor, and it's just dropped. Probably a wise decision because he was going to be blown up by Dre Greenlaw, and that brings up a 4th down and a second 3-and-out here for the Cardinals. Good defensive stand there by San Francisco.
And this team knows that they're going to see a lot of screens each week, and he is all over that one.
Of course, there's our first thought of the evening.
Andy Lee, another punt. He punted here against Arizona for San Francisco.
Wow, that's right. Andy Lee's been in the league for a long time, man. Here's a big punt here in that altitude, and that forces a fair catch back at the 18 from Ray McLeod. What a punt there by Andy Lee. Damn, Troy Aikman really 65?
Domino's delivery vehicles are going electric.
No, he's fucking 56. I was like, no, I'm not. That doesn't line up timeline-wise.
And better for the planet.
You really have no idea how you would feel if you got the thing that you wanted.
Again, guys, I'd really appreciate if you'd leave a like on the stream. It helps push us out to fellow NFL fans. Helps this channel grow and the community grow. Also, if you're a Denver Broncos fan, I'd really appreciate if you could check out Denver Broncos Syndicate. All my Denver Broncos content has now shifted over to that channel, and we are really close to hitting 1,000 subscribers over there. So I would really appreciate if you'd check us out over there on Denver Broncos Syndicate.
On where you sit. At X-Chair, we think it also gets down to how you sit, which is why our technology is light years ahead. X-Chair has done it again with our groundbreaking LMX technology, providing hours of infinite comfort no matter where in the world you're sitting. By synthesizing the universe's elements, bringing hot, cold, and touch into one extraordinary seating experience, our mission is to help you discover.
Oh, geez, I need to mute this.
Happen with body and
I forgot to mute the commercial break. Yeah. Kifu, the Cowboys, man, they had an absolutely dominant win over the Vikings, 40-3. Defensively with Micah Parsons, obviously they were able to shut down the Vikings offensively. And then Tony Pollard yesterday, man, he was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Had those 2 explosive touchdown plays. Alrighty, we are back.
And now, 5th one that counts.
49ers take over at their own 18-yard line.
49ers with just 1 first down
Garoppolo
over the first 2 possessions.
fires. That
Nowhere to
is
go,
Deebo
and
Samuel.
kind
And
of the
Deebo
outlet.
will
He
get
made the
about
most of it,
5.
got 4. Opportunity for the 49ers tonight. Why? Because if they get a win, they get to 6-4, and they have an early season win over the Seahawks. That was in week 2 when Trey Lance went down and Jimmy Garoppolo took over.
Well, it sets up well for San Francisco. You mentioned it coming into this game. This is deemed
Kyle
a
Shanahan
home game
sporting
for the
that
Cardinals,
beard.
but obviously playing on a neutral site.
2nd down and 6
And
now
then
from
after
the
this game,
22.
they have 3 straight home
Tight end
games.
Tyler
So
Croft goes in
they've lost
motion.
a couple tough ones this season.
Kittle
but
also
they
in
have a
motion to the
chance
left
string
side, and they
together
toss
some
it out
wins.
here to McCaffrey. And a
McCaffrey
good
was
play
dropped
there
down by
made by the
safety
safety Thompson.
No gain.
No gain there.
Coming up
Nice,
with
nice
under 2
play
to go
there
in
by
the first
Thompson.
Yeah, so far you look
That
at
brings
this
up a
game and the
3rd
way
down
that
here for the
they've
Cardinals.
just not been able to get that running game going the way that you expect to see. Here's a look at the 49ers' upcoming schedule.
Saints.
49ers
First place Dolphins. First place Bucks. At
coming up here with
Seattle.
3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
McCaffrey motioned out to the right side, trips right. Jimmy gets hit on the throw, and that's complete to Kittle. Pressure was coming there. It looked like from J.J. Watt, make it Zach Allen on the pressure. Garoppolo, good job standing in there, and he and Allen exchange some pleasantries there after that one. And I don't even mean that sarcastically. They were actually smiling at each other. Clock ticking down inside a minute left to play here in the first quarter.
On 3rd down in this game, but they were outstanding last week, and actually for the last 3 weeks they've been converting over 50% of their
All right,
down.
pistol
So
formation.
it's a
Jimmy
quarterback
cans it.
down, and Jimmy Garoppolo has
Kittle
thrown the ball
split
really
out to the
well
right side, and they
the last
toss
few
it out
weeks.
here to McCaffrey. McCaffrey cuts back inside, and flag is down. That's probably a hold. Looked like a gain of about 5, but that is going to be coming back. What say you, Craig Rolstad?
Personal foul. Face
Oh,
mask.
it's a face
Defense,
mask.
number 93. That's a 15-yard penalty added into the play, automatic. First down.
Stupid
against
penalty there by the
Ledbetter, who made the
Cardinals, since Jonathan Ledbetter, the guilty party.
Right at the end of this play, you see Ledbetter.
Oh, that's a phantom call.
So sure there.
Come on, man. He got him right there by the shoulder pad. That one is a blatant phantom call.
Mexico City, wearing a tie win.
Gee whiz, man. Oh, that was a bad miss there by the refs. That was a shoulder pad tackle. Yep, 15 free yards indeed. Now that brings up 1st and 10 for the 49. Garoppolo dumps it underneath, and there is Deebo. And Deebo will take it to the 34. And that'll be the last play of the first quarter. So following the phantom face mask call, the 49ers rush up to the line and are able to take it inside the 35-yard line. And that brings up the end of the first quarter. 3-0 Cardinals, but the 49ers are on the move. I will be right back, guys. I have to go to the bathroom. Alrighty, we are back. Alrighty, so what's up with Russell Wilson? Okay. It's a combination of things, really. Yesterday, I honestly feel like was his best game as a Bronco. He hit the short, easy completions. He would have had a couple of big explosive plays downfield if it weren't for drops and penalties. Overall, man, he's had a hard time seeing the field. It's always been a narrative that has some truth to it that he can't see over the middle of the field. So half the field is essentially gone for him. We're back, and I'll turn this back on in a second. But part of it is Russell Wilson can't see the field. His accuracy, I feel like, has been affected because of a shoulder injury. And overall, he just has not come up when he's needed to. And it's a shame. All right, we're back. They toss it out here to McCaffrey. Got Juszczyk as the lead block, and McCaffrey! What a run there to the 11-yard line. But yeah, overall, I think that's kind of a brief synopsis of what's wrong with Russell Wilson. Also, poor coaching and poor play calling and injuries along the rest of the team are not helping along the way. Broncos are just in a really bad situation. Nathaniel Hackett will be fired at the end of the year. Just a really tough situation for the Broncos. First and 10 now from the 12. Under center is Garoppolo. Play action. Looking in the flat for Kittle. He dumps it to him late and it's incomplete. Isaiah Simmons in coverage there. And it was really nice tight coverage there for the Cardinals.
Samuel twice and Kittle once as he couldn't connect there.
A lot of conversation. Trent Williams won't like that I'm bringing this up, but a lot of conversation this week about him tipping off whether there was run or pass based on his stance. And there is a little something to it. But you still gotta know more than that.
You gotta know more than that, but there are a lot of formational tells there with how offensive linemen are in their stance. Deebo Samuel goes in motion, trips right. They swing it out to Samuel. Samuel makes the man miss. And Samuel will get about 5-yard lines to the 7.
Thought it was interesting a year
nice little tunnel screen there to Deebo Samuel.
About Deebo Samuel, about the time that Deebo was being used a lot in the backfield, and he said, I don't want Deebo Samuel.
Now that brings him a 3rd down and 5.
I want him to be a game changer. And by bringing in Christian McCaffrey, he allows Kyle Shanahan then to use Samuel the way that he wants, because McCaffrey, even though we haven't seen yet Elijah Mitchell carry the football, with him coming back from his injury along
they're
with
down
McCaffrey,
in 5, trips left.
Utilize Deebo the way that he wants.
Garoppolo surveys, fires, end zone, touchdown! What a catch by Brandon Ayuk! Jimmy throws it into double coverage, and Brandon Ayuk makes an incredible play. Touchdown 49ers. 7 yards from Garoppolo to Ayuk. Dangerous throw by Jimmy Garoppolo there, but he made it work. Initially tried to hit Christian McCaffrey on a Texas route, but sees it's not open. Then he comes off of it to his second read and squeezes it in there. Extra point is good by Robbie Gould, and the 49ers take a 7-3 lead. What a drive there by the 49ers. McCaffrey and Samuel get involved, and ultimately it is Brandon Ayuk who seals the deal. A little drag route there. Leaves Antonio Hamilton in the dust. And that is how quickly the 49ers can strike. They have a high-flying, powerful offense and a really good point guard who's able to distribute it in Jimmy Garoppolo. I believe that's the right terminology. I'm so invested in football, I don't really watch much basketball. Again, guys, I would love to know where you are watching the stream from. What part of the country or what part of the world? We are coming at you tonight live from the Mile High city of Denver, Colorado. Odell Beckham to Denver would never happen. I would certainly entertain the idea, but first of all, OBJ wants to go to either a Super Bowl contender or a large market team. And quite frankly, the Broncos right now are neither one of those things. So OBJ just does not, or the Broncos just don't really fit the bill for OBJ in my opinion. I mean, I would certainly enjoy it as a Broncos fan, but overall, I just don't think that it would happen. I feel like OBJ's most likely landing spots are Dallas or possibly even the Giants again. Buffalo, although they're not a large market team, they are a Super Bowl contender, obviously. I wouldn't rule out him landing back with the Rams even. I've heard the 49ers are even interested. That was according to Adam Schefter in the pregame. So there are some larger market teams out there that are interested in Odell Beckham Jr. and some teams that are Super Bowl contenders. So I ultimately feel like OBJ is going to end up there. From what I understand, man, Dallas is actually a very strong possibility for OBJ. Obviously, he'd land back in the NFC East there and would be able to face off against his former team at least once. Or have they faced off in the Meadowlands yet? I don't think they have. So, yeah, again, I definitely think those are some likely landing spots for OBJ. All right, here's Robbie Gould to kick it away. And that'll be a touchback. First and 10 for the Cardinals from their own 25.
The job he did last week and getting the ball out, and he's continued doing that again tonight. You take a look at what he's been able to do from the pocket. He's not holding the football very long, and again, he's putting the ball.
Colt McCoy's been distributing the ball exactly where it needs to be, distributing it in the hands of his playmakers. Great job so far from Colt McCoy. Very efficient. Average time to throw, 2.38 seconds. Has a very quick release.
He brings, and as I said coming into this game, trying to figure out, is it Kyler Murray, is it Colt McCoy?
First down and 10. Greg Dortch goes in motion, will split backfield and an orbit motion. Lots of trickery here in this offense. Connor gets the handoff, and he is blown up in the backfield.
Ends up sliding down the line and losing one.
No, that's
loss of one on that one.
The hard part.
Couple of 49ers were in there.
And how they've run the football this year, it hasn't been great. They're in the bottom third. If you take Kyler Murray's rushing yards out of it, then they sink near the bottom. And
okay, that's what I thought. That is what I thought. Second down and 11 now from the 23. Dortch in motion. McCoy surveys, fires. That is complete. That is a big hit there on the tight end, Max Williams. Good to see him back. Suffered a really ugly knee injury last season. Multi-ligament knee injury, and good to see him back in the fold there. Now it's a 3rd down and 4 situation here for the Cardinals.
They made this a manageable 3rd down. There are a lot of options now for Colt McCoy to pick this up.
From just inside the 30-yard line. Yeah, the Giants-Cowboys on Thanksgiving. I will probably be streaming that game as well. I'm going to be streaming at least 2 of the Thanksgiving games, the Lions-Bills and the good catch there. Back shoulder fade, DeAndre Hopkins. And that'll convert the chains there. Anyway, I'll be streaming the Dallas Cowboys and Giants most likely, but for sure I'll be streaming the Bills and the Lions as well as the Patriots and the Vikings on Thanksgiving. Quite frankly, it just depends if my voice can handle 3 games. McCoy keeps on a little read option there and he loses a yard.
When they were going through practice and Colt McCoy was designated as a starter, he preached to these wide receivers all week long.
Dallas Cowboys, man, have been looking like one of the more unstoppable teams the past few weeks. They've really gotten a rhythm with Dak Prescott back. Obviously, it wasn't a great outing for him against the Packers, but they really were able to redeem things up in Minnesota the following week. Now it's 2nd down and 11 from just inside the 45-yard line. Trips right. Empty backfield here from McCoy. Now Connor's motioned there. McCoy into traffic, and that is complete. McBride.
Gain of 4.
And he
So
gets
third
about
long
4.
coming up, Jimmy Ward in there to make the stop.
We'll see what D'Amico Ryans wants to do here.
They gave him 3 on that one. It's going to be a 3rd and 7.
Whether he'll come up and
Honolulu.
challenge these guys
Nice.
Or maybe bring some pressure. Overall, on 3rd down, they bring blitz more than they do.
Definitely somewhere I would love to visit one day.
Well, the way the Cardinals have played out the year, this is basically 4-down territory for them. They go for it more than any team.
Play
on
clock
4th
ticking
down.
inside
Right now,
10
it's 3rd and
seconds here for the
7.
Cardinals. 3rd down and 7. 4, 3, 2. They just got it away. Trips left. Hufanga comes on a blitz, and they get it out to Nuke. And Hopkins will get it out to the 40-yard line, and that'll move the chains for the Cardinals. Good job there by Colt McCoy recognizing the blitz, and we got a late flag here. Colt McCoy knew exactly where he needed to go. He knew where his hot read was. Great job there by Colt McCoy. And let's see what this penalty is.
And that's the taunt.
After the play,
It's going to be a taunt, it looks like, on Hopkins.
number 10 on the offense. It's a 15-yard penalty.
Hate that rule.
The result will be 1st and 10, Arizona.
Taunting, of course, is a point of
Well,
emphasis.
What they are
These
trying to take
officiating
out of the
crews.
league. And so
Oh my God,
you
come
see
on.
DeAndre Hopkins, the one who gets
So
called, never does
soft.
think it was much, but
That's so
this is the most
soft. Come on,
penalized offense
man.
in the NFL.
That is so
And
soft.
so you do some
1st
good
and
things,
10
you gotta
now,
get going
following
against
that
a good
taunt.
defensive football team and pick up a
Backed
first
up at
down
the
and then you get back up.
45-yard line.
Kind of doing an A.J. Brown counting defenders when he had that.
Greg Dortch motioned a little bunch formation to the right side, and they hand it off to Connor, and that's going nowhere. Lots of 1.
So by the way, in case you're wondering,
Fred Warner was in
they
there
got
for the
first down on the
49ers.
completion. Then the flag, so it cost them 15 yards of field position.
It's like 84% of you guys are on the 49ers still to get the dub on this
Now
one.
he's having a conversation. He wants a little more clarification. I don't know that he got
All right, 2nd and 11 from the 44.
2nd and 11, 5 times now a negative play on
Press
first down.
coverage. Ward on Hopkins at the top of the screen.
before long.
Fake it. McCoy dumps it underneath, and that is picked off the hands of James Conner, and Jimmy Ward has it. Not a great throw there by Colt McCoy. McCoy was off target, went right off the hands of Conner, who probably still should have caught it. And that is a pick for Jimmy Ward. Let's see a replay on this one.
Well, the 49ers,
What a
they
play
have
there
no
by
one
Jimmy
takeaway,
Ward.
but They play a lot of zone coverage.
Yep.
And when you play zone,
They got
you've
zone
eyes
coverage
on the
indeed
quarterback.
there. It looks like cover
And
2
you're able to get
zone,
some of
maybe
these
Tampa
types of
2.
deflected balls, and
And
you
honestly,
decide
it's not a
well
terrible throw there by Colt McCoy. That's just a drop by James Conner. It's a little rainy out there right now. Conner does not have gloves on right now. Normally, you can kind of tack the ball in on your gloves and reel it in one-handed, but not there. Bounced off Conner's hands and right into the hands of Jimmy Ward. 49er turnover, 9 minutes, 31 seconds to play, and they look to add on to their 7-3 lead. Ooh, man, what a play there. Gee whiz, man. That is how quickly momentum can shift. And after a pretty rough start for the 49ers, they've really gotten to a groove both offensively and defensively. And now let's see on what I believe is their 4th offensive possession. Let's see if they can get some more points on the board. Again, guys, I would really appreciate it if you would check out my Denver Broncos channel by visiting the pinned comment. Denver Broncos Syndicate, we are so close to 1,000 subscribers over there. We just need about 23 more subscribers, so I would really appreciate it if you could help us out. Thus far, we got a pretty fun game here from Mexico City. This is the final game of the NFL's International Series this year. Overall, I feel like we've had some pretty fun international matchups. Of course, we had to start off Saints and the Vikings. That one, I believe, went into overtime. Then after that, we had the Broncos and 49ers. Then before that, actually, we had the Giants and the Packers. That one was a really good game. Most recently, we had the Seahawks and Buccaneers from Germany. That was a really fun one. Buccaneers able to get the job done over there. And now we close things out tonight on Monday Night Football with Cardinals and 49ers. And we are back.
Stats? Just ask Siri. Who leads the league in receiving touchdowns?
Best starting field position for the 49ers. Their last possession, they went 82 yards for a touchdown.
Yep.
After the interception by Jimmy Ward on the deflection.
Absolutely,
First down to
Sundance. In my
46.
opinion, that's poor coaching on the part of their
Good
defensive
protection.
coordinator. Vance Joseph obviously had
Driving
his
his way inside the
stint
40.
as Broncos head coach. Poor, undisciplined, sloppy defense was a frequent occurrence there when he was the head coach for the Broncos, and now it looks like that is definitely carried over now that he's defensive coordinator of the Cardinals. And it's a shame because the Cardinals do have some talent defensively. Obviously, they are a little bit depleted, especially in their secondary. Buda Baker's fantastic, but aside from that, things are a little bit rough for him.
Wow,
That's why
79.
Yeah, people out there saying, gosh, I thought he was a lot older.
Second down and 3.
Second down and 3.
And that looks like a false
And they blow
start.
This play dead. Timeout.
Nope, timeout by
Taken
San
by the
Francisco.
sideline and Kyle Shanahan. Who, by
Kyle
the way,
Shanahan's
is
going to burn one there with
3-7
8:55 left in the first half.
as the head coach of
Looks
San
like some
Francisco
discombobulation
in his
there
10
for San
games against the
Francisco on that
Cardinals.
play.
They were swept by Arizona last year. One game that came with Colt McCoy quarterback.
Yeah, that's
Seems
right. I
like
remember
the
that. Colt
49ers are
McCoy
starting
beat
to get a
the
little traction
Cardinals,
here on the wet turf in
beat the
Mexico City.
49ers
Yeah, I think so.
at Levi
They
Stadium.
obviously struggled a little bit earlier to get anything going, but Jimmy Garoppolo, they're still not really running the ball the way that I think that they can. But Jimmy Garoppolo's doing a good job. He's seeing the field. And
Jimmy
getting it to the
Garoppolo's
right
been very
people, and
efficient.
he's done some good
Both of these
stuff, you know,
quarterbacks have been
with
very
that penalty
efficient
that
so
we
far
saw
this
on
evening.
DeAndre Hopkins, he was still talking
Second down and 3
to the
now.
officials there during the break, but
2 receivers set to the
certainly
right
after that
side.
interception allowed San
Elijah
Francisco
Mitchell,
to have
who's
even
back from
better
injury,
kick
goes
than
in
they might have
motion.
otherwise had.
Empty
Garoppolo
backfield.
at
Garoppolo
73%
surveys, and that is
for the
off the
Austin.
hands of Ayuk and
A little
incomplete.
bit off the right hand
Garoppolo
of
sailed
Ayuk.
that one. Third and 3. Not a great throw there by
Ayuk, we
Jimmy.
saw him with that touchdown reception, and he comes into this game as the 49ers leading receiver, and I really like him. You know, that ball comes in hot, and you know, with the moisture in the air, and you don't know what the conditions are like that when the football comes up off that.
Got the Hells
Slick
Bells
surface,
going on
but
there. Mexico City
He
on
did
this
some good
third
things. I know
down.
He had the fumble last week. He dropped what would have been a touchdown, but he also made
Third
some
down
really
and
big
3.
catches, and every time I watch him, he just
McCaffrey
continues
goes
to
in
get better
motion
and better.
here and do a little stack formation to the right side. Garoppolo in trouble. He's going to take off. Nope, he floats it. Wide open. George Kittle breaks the tackle. He's gone. Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle gets loose. What a play by Jimmy Garoppolo, keeping it alive. Looked like he was going to run. He had room to run, but he also knew that he had a wide open George Kittle down there. And he breaks a couple of tackles.
Garoppolo, when he moves up in the pocket,
See what
he
happened
keeps his eyes
here.
down the field. And
Little
right
dig
here,
route
you
there
see that
from
he's
George
covered,
Kittle.
but then he
He's
takes
covered
off and gets
initially, but
vertical,
Jimmy
and
buys
that's why he's
time,
able to
and
get in behind
George
that
Kittle
play,
sees
behind
it,
Buda
takes
Baker.
off
Just really an
vertically,
excellent job
and that is a
between those
great
two
job
guys
there.
of making
And that
plays
just goes to
under
show the chemistry between Jimmy Garoppolo and George Kittle. Extra point there is good by Robbie Gould, and it is a 14-3 ball game. What a play there. That just, again, goes to show that chemistry between Jimmy Garoppolo and George Kittle. Those two have been playing together for some time, man, and George Kittle hasn't exactly had a world beater of a season by his standards, but right there, he makes a big play. Looks like 80% of you guys are on the 49ers to get the dub in this one, and so far looks like that's going to That's going to hold up if things continue in this momentum. Alrighty, we are back.
Triple header in celebration of John Madden. Stream games live on your mobile phone with
We
NFL
should be
Plus.
streaming at least 2 of those Thanksgiving games, if not all 3. For sure, we'll be doing Bills and Lions, as well as the Patriots and Vikings, and we might sneak in Cowboys Giants in there as well.
ESPN's Monday Night Football brought to you by Progressive, the right call to protect your home and car. Burger King and Experian Boost. Now paying rent could raise your credit scores instantly. It's already been a lot of fun. The 49ers.
Yeah, really fun game to start off. 49ers turn that turnover there into points.
Picked up by Jimmy Ward and turned it into their second touchdown. Garoppolo 2 touchdowns over his last 4 throws. Gold kicks it. Out to the 25 it will come. George Kittle's a big wrestling fan.
Yep.
And before the game, he got a chance to shake hands
Absolutely,
with Mexican
Kefu.
luchador Pentagon Jr. Pentacero Miedo, which means zero fear. And he brought a mask for George Kittle and a nice moment for 85 here in Mexico City, and I'm sure for Pentagon Jr.
Yes, sir. And the 49er faithful that's here.
First down and 10 from the 25. Trips right.
Costly interception for Colt
Tight end
McCoy.
Max
The
Williams
49ers
goes in
able to
motion.
capitalize.
McCoy hands it off to
And
Connor.
Connor.
Connor surges to the left side, and he will be tripped up at the 29-yard line. Sean Gibson makes the tackle, gain of 4.
Got something going. I mean, you mentioned it. They have really struggled when they've tried running the ball on first down. That time,
Yep.
you know, Connor a lot.
Cardinals have one of the worst run games in the league.
least
That
they
time they
picked
were
up
able to
5
get something
yards.
going.
Say
Clock
otherwise,
ticking inside. 8 minutes and 15
getting
seconds
into
left to play in the
long
first
down
half.
situations, of course, is a losing
Cardinals
proposition
looking to
against
chip
any
into this
defense,
14-3
especially
deficit.
this one, but go to the
2
quick
receivers
passing
set,
game
including Hopkins
and
to the
use that
left
as an
side.
extension of the run game.
McCoy
2nd and 5.
looks for
Hopkins
Hopkins,
with
and he
a catch
finds
and a
him.
first down.
Hopkins will make a move, and he gets 6, moving the
Just
chains
think
to
you look at this
about the
offense, Joe,
36-yard
coming into the
line.
season and what was expected of them. Kyler Murray, of course, hasn't played, as everyone knows, as well as what they were hoping from him. But then also, you got DeAndre Hopkins. He was suspended the first 6 games.
Colt McCoy,
Marquise
12 of
Brown, he
17,
goes
104
down
yards,
a month
and that
ago. He's yet to
interception.
play at the same
Besides
time
that
as
ugly
DeAndre
turnover,
Hopkins,
McCoy's done a
and
really
now when
good
he
job
comes
distributing
back,
the
they're gonna
ball,
be
and
without
now they're
Zach
set up
Ertz,
here
as they
from
are
their own
tonight, and they just
36
haven't
in the
had all their
pistol.
weapons, and they won't
2 tight ends set to the right side.
go
McCoy looking for a screen, and that is nearly intercepted. Tried to throw it away. The screen was not there. T.Y. McGill brought the pressure, and 49ers defensive lineman almost intercepted that one. Let's see who that was.
in the middle, and once Kerry Hyder
It's Kerry Hyder
recognizes that it's
Jr.
screen, he falls underneath it.
Great
And so
awareness
he's got
by
the
Hyder
pressure
there,
because
and
they're
that
letting
was
guys get to the
that
quarterback
that
at
was
the
allowed
line.
pressure, but the
And then
screen
Colt,
was
he really
not
can't do
there.
anything
Great
with
play
it.
there by Kerry Hyder
These
Jr.
guys, I mentioned it. They play physical. But
Second down and
they
10 from
are
the 36.
well-coached
Connor
on
goes
both
in
sides
motion,
of the
empty
ball. I think this
backfield.
staff does as good as any in football.
Hopkins in the slot to the left.
George
McCoy underneath
on a slant
Dortch
to the 40, and that
will
means
slant,
D'Amico
and he
Ryans
picks up 4 or
In his
5.
second year as defensive
D'Amico
coordinator, took
Ryans,
over for
star
Robert
defensive
Saleh, now the head
coordinator
coach of
for the
Jets, 10 years,
49ers.
a linebacker and a very good one in the
Quickly
NFL,
ascending in the
head
ranks
coaching
in the
league.
head coaching
I couldn't agree
conversation,
more.
just like Joe Buck
I just
said
don't
right there.
think he's going to be around much longer, and Kyle Shanahan should
Nope.
probably start figuring out.
Kyle's needing to think about his third defensive coordinator in his tenure as the 49ers head
It's
coach.
clear that he has the attention of the players.
Now it's a 3rd down and 6 from the 40.
Universally respected.
Looks like an offsides there from the 49ers. Dortch makes the catch, and he's got 1st and more. Greg Dortch turns on the afterburners. Greg Dortch inside the 20. Greg Dortch makes a Hufanga miss, and Greg Dortch will take it to the 13. Colt McCoy knew he had a free play, and he finds Greg Dortch, and Dortch turns on the afterburners. What a play there by the Cardinals, and that's going to set them up deep, deep, deep in San Francisco territory.
The penalties declined. The result of the play is a first down.
Longest of the year for Dortch.
Gervasio, I want to say that's how
Yeah,
you
they
pronounce
did, and
that.
Hufanga,
Welcome in.
He was there on the back end to at least save a touchdown.
How you doing
That's a
today?
great
I
job
appreciate
of
you
Dortch
tuning in.
After getting the ball, of dodging some defenders, but Hufanga gets him to the ground. Now can the Cardinals?
All right. Following the 47-yard reception to Greg Dortch on the 3 play. 1st and 10 for the Cardinals, and they give it to Connor. Cuts left. Connor inside, and he fumbles out of bounds. Charvarius Ward makes the tackle, gain of about 1.
Yeah, Charvarius Ward, he's having a nice first half.
Yeah, Charvarius Ward's had a really solid first half, especially in the run game.
Helps when you got Drake Greenlaw coming in and finishing him off.
Spent 4 years in Kansas City, did Ward. Nice free agent pickup by John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers.
He continues to play that right side.
2nd down and 9 from the 12-yard line.
Hopkins. As I mentioned, Hopkins lines up to the left side offensively 90% of the time.
Trips right. McCoy dumps it to Hopkins. Little out route, gain of 5. And a collision there with the cameraman. Hopefully he's okay.
Marvin Harrison, when he was playing with Peyton Manning in the
A
Indianapolis
little scary
Colts,
collision there.
the
Looks
wide
like
receiver
cameraman's
lines up
okay.
on one side as often as he does.
5-yard gain here. Hopkins came away looking for a flag for this shove out of bounds.
Yeah, that was a little bit late there by Ward. Slightly unnecessary shove.
7 catches, 77 yards.
Great start for Hopkins. 7 catches for 77 yards in his first half. Play clock's draining inside 5. Cardinals might need to burn a timeout. They just get it away. Trips right. McCoy looks. And that is a 1st down and goal from the 2. Greg Dortch.
Sets up 1st and goal.
This guy just catches the ball.
And the Cardinals moving the ball really well here. Obviously aided by that 47-yard reception to Greg Dortch on the free play.
When he didn't make the catch. And the 4 that he didn't make, Joe, nobody could have caught. And you just get it around him. He's going to make a play.
Now it's 1st and goal from the 2. Cardinals come out in shotgun. 2 tight ends set to the right side. Dortch goes in motion. They give it to Connor. Connor looking, surging, grinding, in for the touchdown. Good drive by the Cardinals. 49ers took that 14-3 lead, and Arizona responds there with a 2-yard touchdown run by James Conner. A little chippy down there between these 2 division rivals.
His 4th touchdown of the year.
Pretty good look up front, and Hufanga is the one guy who comes in to fill, and then it's just one-on-one. It's Connor and Hufanga. And
Connor lowers his shoulder and is able to just grind his way in. Great effort there by James Conner. Touchdown Cardinals. And on top of that, he reaches and extends. That's a hell of an effort. Here's Matt Prater. 9 plays, 75 yards, 4 minutes, 23 seconds off the clock. High snap, and the extra point is good. Another good hold there by Andy Lee, and another high snap there by the Cardinals. 14-10. Good responsive drive there by the Arizona Cardinals. It looked like for a second there that the 49ers were going to run away with this thing. Now they were able to cut the lead inside to 4. Again, guys, I'd really appreciate if you could leave a like on the stream. It, once again, helps us push this video out to fellow NFL fans and helps us get seen by more and more people, so it would really help us out. It's a free and easy way that you can support the channel. Also, if you're a Denver Broncos fan, I'd really appreciate if you could check out my Denver Broncos channel, Denver Broncos Syndicate. We are so close to 1,000 subs over there. I really think we can maybe get there by the end of the night, so I'd really appreciate if you could check out Denver Broncos Syndicate. Ah, my foot's asleep. We got 7 people in here. Let's go. How's everyone doing tonight? I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Alrighty, we are back. 14-10 49ers, but the Cardinals were able to just march down for a touchdown. 4 minutes, 10 seconds left in the first half.
And this is a 4-point game.
It's a good answer. After
Matt Prater are set to kick it away here for the Cardinals.
Touchdown to Kittle, and the Cardinals able to at least answer and keep it a 1-possession game.
Prater. Line drives it into the end
And
zone.
the Lions drive it into the end zone for the touchback.
Week 12 Monday Night Football. The Colts host
Colts
the
and Steelers next week on Monday Night Football. We will be streaming that game here on Sparkin Sports NFL.
Coach of the Colts. They had the Eagles down 13-3 into the fourth quarter on Sunday. Could not hang on, and the Steelers got into a shootout, lost at home to Cincinnati 37-30. And that's on tap for next
Alrighty,
Monday,
guys.
right here on ESPN.
First down and 10, 4
First
minutes and
half.
19 seconds left. 49ers take over.
49ers up by 4.
Brandon Ayuk split out, isolated to the left side. I formation. Garoppolo, 7-step drop, fires, and that is wide open. Deebo Samuel. Samuel with a first down to the 37.
Into the chest of Marco Wilson, got 14.
Well, you
Gain of
talked about it
14 on
coming
that
into this
one.
game as far as the yards after catch by the 49ers, and they got a number of players that are leading in yards after catch at their position, and this is the whole key. A lot of times you'll see Garoppolo put the ball right on the money.
See if the
and then these guys
49ers can go on an
continue to run and pick
extended
up
drive
real
here and
key
maybe
yardage, things that
go
just
into
don't
the
show up on
halftime
the
with
stat sheet
a
for the quarterback. But then
with
you
a
have plays like that where you just get the ball into
21
Samuel's
to 10
hands and he's hard
lead.
to get to the ground.
Play action here. Garoppolo sets up the screen for McCaffrey. McCaffrey's got blocking in front, and he takes it inside
For
midfield.
somebody to block a gain of 12.
Yeah, so Daniel Brunskill, he's been playing a fair amount here over the last several weeks.
I think Dallas could
25, 30
also,
snaps a
I
game.
believe,
He's
I'm
in
assuming
now
you're a
right
Dallas
guard for the
fan,
rookie, Spencer
Kfu,
Burford.
so I believe Dallas can also go really deep. It all, in my opinion, depends on Dak Prescott's play and if the team continues to ride Tony Pollard, in my opinion. If they go back to Zeke Elliott, especially in the playoffs, that might not be the greatest situation for them. But if they continue to ride Tony Pollard and Dak Prescott continues to play well, with the way Dan Quinn has that defense playing, anything is possible for them. Garoppolo underneath. McCaffrey, first down, inside the 40-yard line to about the 36. And the 49ers are on the move again, and they should be in no hurry to run another play here. 2 minutes and 42 seconds left to play. They will have to run one more play before the 2-minute warning.
Be able to make this catch, good catch by him, and yet still make a defender miss. That's pretty good, but that's top of mind for every defense coming in against the 49ers is, hey, they're going to make some completions, but you got to be able to come up and make tackles immediately.
First down and 10. Tight end Tyler Kroft goes in I formation. They toss it to McCaffrey. Good blocking there. And McCaffrey will get to about the 31 with a flag down. Elijah Mitchell actually with the carry there.
Loves him. And he sees more of them than I do.
Set to be the starter entering the season, but suffered an injury in Week 1 against the Chicago Bears.
Second down.
So they pick up the flag.
Now enters as the backup to Christian McCaffrey. He gets 4 yards on that carry.
Here in the first half, that's his first carry. He's been on the field for about 4 plays, and McCaffrey's been the guy who's been carrying the ball, and they don't want to overwork either one of them.
Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone, and we are hitting the 2-minute warning. 49ers once again on the move. You cannot imagine they're going to be in much of a hurry here in this 2-minute situation. They want to take as much time off the clock as they can and not give the ball back to the Arizona Cardinals. Looks like my stream might be... Guys, is the stream health good? I don't know if I'm waving in and out or not. My computer says my stream health's a little questionable. Again, guys, we got the poll up here in the chat. Looks like 78% of you guys are on the 49ers still to win this game. Cardinals were able to go on a nice responsive drive, but 49ers got that ball back and are looking to pile on to their lead here prior to halftime. And if I'm not mistaken, the 49ers also get the ball back to start the second half. So they're obviously hoping to double up here. Getting ready to come in on the other side of the 2-minute warning here. 49ers are deep in Arizona territory. Again, guys, just a reminder, we will be streaming here once again on Thanksgiving. Got the Bills and the Lions. Then we got the Giants and the Cowboys in the afternoon window, followed by Patriots-Vikings in the evening window. So we got a triple threat matchup on Thanksgiving. And I will be streaming at least 2 of those games here on Denver or on Sparkin Sports NFL. Definitely will be doing Bills, Lions, and definitely will be doing Patriots, Vikings, and quite possibly we'll also sneak in the Cowboys and Giants as well. Alrighty, we are back.
Second down here for the 49ers, 2 minutes left.
Second down, Tyler Kroft goes in motion. Garoppolo underneath, and that's broken up into traffic. Isaiah Simmons was there, and he is shaken up on that play. I don't know, maybe got poked in the eye or something. Simmons in some pretty significant pain there.
About him right now.
Yeah, me too.
He
comes in and leads with his shoulder, but he just got absolutely jarred there. And a little worried about his shoulder there. Oh, man. Looks like he collided right on his collarbone. I wouldn't be surprised if he broke his collarbone there. Oh. Oh, man. That was an ugly collision there.
So he needs attention. 3rd down and 6.
Looks like we might step away back here for a second. Injury timeout. And that was a tough one. That is definitely a tough one there for Isaiah Simmons. Hoping he is okay, man. Yeah, you never want to see injuries like that. That was a really tough-looking injury there. That's what happens, obviously, when defenders come in with hard hits. They risk injuring themselves as well. And quite frankly, some of the rules that are in place when it comes to limitations as far as tackling for defenders, those rules are in place to protect the defenders themselves. I mean, you think back to Ryan Shazier, for example, obviously led with his helmet on that tackle on Josh Malone several years ago, and that one ended his career. I mean, obviously had the spinal cord injury. Thankfully, Ryan Shazier is walking and is mostly able to live a normal life now, which is fantastic. But there have been cases where that's not the case. It's good to see Simmons up there.
8th overall pick in 2020, getting some oxygen, but
from the Roger Staubach, Drew Pearson, and Tony Dorsett days. There you go. That's a flashback right there. Christian McCaffrey goes in motion. 3rd down and 6. Garoppolo stands in, fires. McCaffrey, he's close to the 1st down. He's got it. McCaffrey needed 7. He got 7 to the 25-yard line, and that'll move the chains. Minute 43 left, and stoppage in play. Let's see what we have here.
Where Garoppolo's going with the football, and so he's trying to take away the dig route to Ayuk, and then they throw it underneath. Garoppolo reads it perfectly.
Someone call timeout here.
But those are the one-on-one matchups that it's just hard across the board. It's like you said.
Possibly Arizona call timeout here, trying to get the ball back before the end of the half. Oh, no, we got an injury. It's Marcus Golden, edge rusher there for the Cardinals. So injury inside 2 minutes. That's going to cost Arizona their 2nd timeout. Thankfully, Isaiah Simmons back in there for Arizona. Good to see there. Looks like he was just a little bit shaken up on that last play.
That goes down as an Arizona charged timeout because of the injury to Golden. They're down to 1.
Now it's 1st down and 10 from the 25. Minute 41 left to play in the half. Looks like man coverage here for the Cardinals. They swing it underneath Samuel. And on the wide receiver screen, Samuel slips after a gain of 4. Gotta mute that real quickly. So far, another nice extended drive here for the 49ers, taking time off the clock, and again are hoping to be able to go into this halftime period with a 21-10 lead.
Well, they had the 120-yard run by Christian McCaffrey.
Christian McCaffrey.
Outside of that, they really haven't gotten.
Clock ticking inside a minute 5 left to play. 2nd and 6.
Which is what I kind of expected to see a little more of from Arizona, using that as an extension.
Garoppolo looking, firing, end zone. Samuel overthrown. That was actually Juwan Jennings, and good coverage there by Marco Wilson for Arizona. The camera is kind of cutting in and out here from Mexico City. Looks like the rain may be affecting things.
Put into that group of weapons or threats for San Francisco, but the double move, corner stays on top of it. Just a really good job. But Juwan Jennings, as 49er fans know, he just makes plays.
Now we got a 3rd down and 6 from the 21-yard line. Trips to the left side. Garoppolo pressured. Clean pocket, fires incomplete. A little bit of pressure there from the 49ers, or from the Cardinals, but good pickup there by the 49ers, and that is a 4th down. Marco Wilson once again in coverage there on Deebo Samuel.
They tend to blitz a fair amount. Their top
And
five.
now field goal
Base
unit will
Joseph,
come out
and
here
that's been
for
his
the
style as a
49ers.
defensive
47
coordinator, but they
seconds
haven't
left
come
here in the first
after
half.
Garoppolo in this
Robbie
game
Gould,
nearly as often as they have on the season.
86% career field goal percentage.
39-yard try
He's
by
got a
Gould.
39-yarder here. Snap good, hold good, kick good.
Been so good for
And the
so
49ers take a 7-point lead with 43 seconds left
long.
in the
San
half.
Francisco since 2017.
Arizona does have a little bit of time to do something here with Colt McCoy before we enter halftime.
Don't miss our two featured matchups.
Again,
Florida
guys, leave a
taking
like
number
on the
19
stream.
Florida
Really
State
would
on
appreciate
Friday.
it.
And on Saturday, number 7
Colt
USC
McCoy getting set to go
hosts
here.
number 18 Notre Dame
Try to see if they can make
at
something
Coliseum.
happen.
Both begin at 7:30 Eastern on ABC and the ESPN app. I know SC impressed you. I know you were living and dying with every play against UCLA. Good game.
Yeah, it really was a good game, and you know, not a lot of defense. Both offenses, as you would expect, did some good stuff.
All right, I'm going to
Yeah,
make sure we're getting ready to enter
congratulations to USC.
halftime. I just want to make sure
Nice
all
job
my
that Lincoln Riley has done
halftime
this year
stuff
for
is
our
loaded up
crosstown
here.
rivals.
We are good to
Total
go.
yards even. Scoreboard is not 7-point game. Arizona with one timeout.
Tell you, Caleb Williams too. I haven't watched him play a lot.
All right,
At Oklahoma,
Robbie
but
Gould set to kick it off.
start looking at these quarterbacks and where they're going to land. Someone's going to get what I think is one heck of a player.
Oh, and Caleb Williams, absolutely. Dude looks legit. And
Arizona's lost two
USC
timeouts in
reunited
this
with
half
Lincoln
to
Riley
injury
after
on
their
that
Oklahoma
49ers
days.
drive, so they have only one.
All right, a touchback.
Gary Hopkins,
Cardinals begin from their
he
own
has been on
40,
a
from their own
run.
25 with 43 seconds
Three
left
times
in the
last
half.
4 games, he's had 10 or more catches, and he is on his way to number 4.
He gets a lot of opportunities, as he should. That's why they brought him to Arizona, and it doesn't matter if it's Kyler Murray throwing the football or Colt McCoy. They're going to look up number 10
Absolutely.
so many times. He's been doing it for a long time.
First down and 10 from the 25.
He's trying to play catch up now.
Two receivers set to the left side. McCoy dumps it underneath. It's Connor. He's got some blockers in front. James Conner will surge forward to the 32. Pickup of 7. McCoy hurries him up. Cardinals only have one timeout left. Clock ticking inside 28 seconds. McCoy claps and takes the snap. Looking, pressure comes. He's going to take off. Colt McCoy, good job getting away from the swallowing pocket. And takes a hit, and looks like Arizona's going to take their final timeout.
And Arizona takes their final timeout.
Arizona, this is a 30-second timeout.
And Colt McCoy took a shot at the end of that one. He was sliding, but looked like Dre Greenlaw, who was ejected last week for his late hit on Justin Herbert, had a hit there on Colt McCoy.
One of the biggest hits you'll see in today's NFL.
Oh, yeah. That hit on James Harrison way back in the day, Steelers-Browns. That one absolutely blasted Colt McCoy.
In the 2010 draft after Bradford and Tebow and Clausen. He's the only quarterback from
Sam
that
Bradford,
draft
Tim
still playing. He was
Tebow,
in
Jimmy
Cleveland and San
Clausen.
Francisco back
That is a
Colin Kaepernick
list
in
of some
2013.
elite company right there.
Washington for 6 years, the Giants for a year.
First down and 10 now. 18 seconds left to
Urging
play.
Jason Garrett to join him there, and Arizona the last 2.
From the
Team's
36.
3-1 in his 4 starts. Last year in this.
McCoy. Pump fakes. In trouble, and he is sacked. Nick Bosa, and that's probably going to take us to halftime. Nick Bosa with a big sack there, and yeah, Cardinals aren't going to do anything crazy. We are headed to halftime, folks. Nick Bosa closes out the first half with a sack. 17-10. 49ers lead. And we will see you guys. Oh no. Okay. I was worried I might have ended my stream.
Oh.
Are we good? Let me see. I think we're good. Okay. I almost totally screwed that up.
Okay, so I was listening.
All right, guys, we are back for second half action of Cardinals 49ers from Mexico City on Monday Night Football. 49ers currently lead 17-10. They did a really good job moving the ball in that first half. Were able to capitalize on the turnover by Colt McCoy, and overall, man, they've done a pretty good job of controlling the line of scrimmage. I'm your host, Gage Madrid. We've still got a few minutes before second half action officially gets underway, so I just wanted to give some time for some people to jump back in here before we officially get started. So before we get started for second half action, guys, excuse me, just a couple of housekeeping matters to take care of. If you could just do me a favor and leave a like on this stream, I would really appreciate it. It helps push us out to fellow NFL fans and helps us get seen by more people. Also, if you would be so inclined to leave a subscribe, that would be awesome too. We are really close to 550 subscribers, so let's see if we can get there. Also, if you are a Denver Broncos fan, I would really appreciate it if you check out my Denver Broncos channel, Denver Broncos Syndicate. We are very close to 1,000 subscribers over there. We need just about 27 subscribers roughly to hit 1,000 over on DBS, so I would really appreciate it if you are a Denver Broncos fan or just an NFL fan in general, if you would check out Denver Broncos Syndicate. '49ers, if I am not mistaken, do get the ball to start the second half. They were able to march down at the end of the first half and kick a field goal to make it a 17-10 ball game. Now they are looking to double up here and potentially make it a 24-10 lead. Arizona Cardinals have held a pretty strong record over the 49ers these past few years. And the 49ers are looking to potentially avenge that here. Looks like 75% of you guys are on the San Francisco 49ers to win this game. I got that poll in the pinned comment above, so I would really appreciate it if you'd check that out and give us your thoughts as to who you think is going to win this game. Odell Beckham Jr., discussion with teams are underway. I've heard the Dallas Cowboys, New York Giants, Buffalo Bills, San Francisco 49ers are some potential suitors for OBJ. Justin Fields day-to-day with left shoulder injury that he suffered yesterday against the Atlanta Falcons, and Zach Wilson potentially on his way out as the starting quarterback for the New York Jets. That is definitely a big development. Keep an eye out, guys. Potentially, we have a Jets video dropping this week here on Sparkin' Sports NFL. Sorry, guys. My cat was chatting. We've got 7 people in the chat right now. I'd love to know where you guys are watching from tonight. We are coming at you from the mile-high city of Denver, Colorado. And just a reminder, guys, coming up on Thursday, we will have some streams for Thanksgiving. I will definitely be streaming Bills-Lions as well as Patriots-Vikings, and I'm still undecided if I'm going to do the Cowboys-Giants game. Most likely I will. It just depends on how much talking I can handle, quite frankly. Still have a couple minutes here before we officially get underway for second half action. Seems like this is kind of an extended halftime period, no? I always take like a 9-minute break, and it seems like this is more than your typical 12-minute halftime period. I don't know if they were doing anything crazy. I wasn't really paying attention to what they were doing. You know what? Next stream, that kind of reminds me. I think I'm going to bring in some music during the commercial breaks. Definitely feel like that'd be a lot better than just the awkward silence. Come on, man. Seriously, this is like a really extended halftime commercial break here. We got a nuts.com commercial. Very clever business naming there, nuts.com. Finally, are we getting going here? Looks like we are. After what seemed like the longest halftime in NFL history aside from Super Bowl. All right, here we go.
Bello made it right.
Bienvenidos a todos. Welcome to Estadio Azteca.
Monday night on ESPN. Connor just decides to hurdle him.
Garoppolo pulls it down, end zone. What a throw and catch. Garoppolo will float it. He's got Kittle, and Kittle is gone for the touchdown. Connor on first and goal is in for the touchdown. Target everything you need.
All right, guys, second half action about to get underway here from Mexico City.
Regular season game staged here by the National Football League. 17-10, and the
49ers get the ball here to start the second half.
Quarterback numbers. The interception was on a deflection picked up by Jimmy
Garoppolo, 14 for 21 for 153 yards, 2 touchdowns. Colt McCoy also pretty efficient through the air, although he did have the interception on the deflected pass.
Kyler Murray, they got a win last week. They're hanging in this game. And now
yeah, they really are hanging in. The Cardinals are doing a great job at hanging in this game against a really formidable opponent in the San Francisco 49ers.
That's the difference in this game. The 49ers were then able to capitalize on that, and it's shaping up for a heck of a second half here.
So the 49ers will get it.
All right. Matt Prater set to kick it off for the Cardinals.
And we'll check in with
Ray McLeod is back deep for the San Francisco 49ers. And here we go. Second half is underway. McLeod will let it sail over his head, and we have a touchback.
Well, guys, Kyle Shanahan said that he thought that his offense played well in that first half, with the exception of a couple of plays that he said didn't keep us out there. He said we just won our opportunities, and we missed 2 of them in that first half. Troy, you were asking about Elijah Mitchell. Shanahan said he's hoping to use Mitchell more this half. That's been the plan all along, to mix him in. I said too many weapons.
Absolutely.
He said, yeah, it's hard.
When you have a smorgasbord like Kyle Shanahan does, trying to get everyone fed here. 1st and 10, 11 personnel for the 49ers. And the give is to CMC to the 30-yard line, gain of 5. Hamilton there for the Cardinals.
Well, is this going to evolve? And we're going to see more creativity as the season goes on, and he's like, I've been getting that a lot. We were creative when we had Jeff Wilson, and now we're just doing
Come
it.
on,
They
man.
traded Jeff Wilson.
Doesn't matter who Kyle has at running back, but Christian McCaffrey is way more dynamic than just a running back. Second down and 5. Now they split the backfield with McCaffrey and Samuel.
Second and 5.
Jimmy in trouble. Blindside pressure is coming, and it is caught by Samuel. Jimmy was not really sensing that blindside pressure, but he hangs in and finds Debo, and that's going to be about a yard short of the line to gain.
He's always wanted as much of the workload as he can get, but there always has been that concern about injury, and he has had.
3rd and 1 from the 34. 49ers try to hurry it up. The officials stop to let the Cardinals sub. And Jimmy will sneak and pick up the first down.
Picks it up as he usually does.
Yep, one of the better QB sneak artists in the business. Learned it from one of the best in Tom Brady.
In the second half. Now, last week,
still looks like 75% of you guys are on the 49ers. See if they can continue to build on their momentum here on this drive. Thus far, they're doing a pretty good job.
To do that, you got to be really good on third downs. But they've only run the ball
1st and 10 now from the 37. Motion man is Samuel. I formation here with Juszczyk and Mitchell. And it is Mitchell who gets the call. Surging to the 40. Getting a 4.
He is a heck of a player. And the time that he's missed, they weathered it, I guess. But they've always had backs that have been productive. Whether it's
Mitchell, very dynamic player, went into this season as a starting running back for the 49ers. Since it's been supplanted by Christian McCaffrey, but Kyle Shanahan, of course, still plans to sprinkle Elijah Mitchell in quite heavily. 2nd and 6 from the 41. Under center is Garoppolo. Ayuk goes in motion. They toss it. Mitchell will surge for the second effort and gets the first down. Great job there, surging forward. Looked like he was going to be bottled up a little bit short initially, but second effort by Elijah Mitchell nets them the first down to about the 48-yard line.
And that becomes kind of the norm in a lot of ways when you follow the 49ers and all the different things that they're able to do. Good, tough finish by Elijah Mitchell.
1st and 10 from the 48. Quick snap it and give it to Mitchell again. Elijah Mitchell's had a really good half. And Mitchell will be close to the line to gain there.
Earlier in this game, how he pulled. Now watch as he collapses in the way that he just finishes people.
Great blocking up front there by the left tackle Trent Williams, best in the business.
5 runs on
now 49ers are faced with a 2nd down and 1 inside Arizona territory. From about the 43. And they give it this time to Kyle Juszczyk, the up man. He gets the first down. And you hear the Niners fans giving Juszczyk the salute. He gets about 4 on that carry.
You know, they've made trades. Trent Williams, who we just pointed out, they made the trade for him. Of course, Christian McCaffrey. And
49ers coming out with a 2 tight end set on this play.
Defensive line. There's a good look at John Lynch.
There's John Lynch, 49ers general manager.
People to have ever put on a helmet in the National Football
Absolutely.
League. He's just
former Buccaneer and Bronco.
He's been right there.
Brandon Ayuk goes in motion. Garoppolo is under center.
Very start, but they've got a talented roster.
Little delayed handoff fake and flip. It is Deebo Samuel. Deebo Samuel with speed. Deebo is gone! Touchdown 49ers, no flags. Deebo 39 yards on a little razzle-dazzle play. Let's go. They fake the handoff, and then they flip it to Deebo. He gets blockers in front, including Jake Brendel, the center. And that is too easy for Deebo Samuel. Completely destroyed Isaiah Simmons on that one. And another high snap, but Robbie Gould is able to make it a 24-10 ball game. And the 49ers are starting to widen that lead. He had Trent Williams in front. He had Jake Brindle in front. He had Tyler Croft in front. And Deebo Samuel with an explosive play. That is what he does. John Lynch is fired up. 49ers lead by 14. Let's go, man. What a drive by Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers. Got Elijah Mitchell involved early on, but ultimately Deebo Samuel is able to hit pay dirt. Obviously, as a Broncos fan, I am somewhat rooting for the 49ers to lose, given that we have their first-round draft pick. But at the same time, man, also with all the local ties between Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch and Christian McCaffrey, all the ties to the Denver Broncos, I always will have a bit of a rooting interest for the 49ers. Let's see what Colt McCoy and this Cardinals offense can do here in their first drive of the second half. McCoy, I thought, had a really efficient first half, although he did have that interception. It was kind of his fault, kind of not. It was a tipped pass, but still, man, he hit the layup shots and was able to distribute the ball to the Cardinals playmakers, such as Greg Dortch, Rondale Moore, before he got injured, and, of course, DeAndre Hopkins. 49ers defensively have also played pretty well, but let's see what happens here on the other side of this commercial break. Next week, Monday Night Football, Pittsburgh Steelers at Indianapolis Colts. We will be streaming that game as well. And we are back.
50 through the air, 37 on the ground, the rushing touchdown. And that was the longest touchdown run of his career.
Good opening drive to the second half there for the San Francisco 49ers. And now Robbie Gould is set to kick it away.
Brandon was down there blocking for him. They can come at you a lot of different ways with the 49ers offense.
And that'll be a touchback. First and 10 from the Cardinals from their own 25. 10 minutes, 34 seconds left in the third quarter. Great job there manipulating the defense on that touchdown. Razzle-dazzle play. Completely discombobulated the Cardinals defense. They sold out to stop the little trap run there with Elijah Mitchell, and then they flipped it to Deebo Samuel. That is extremely creative play design there by Kyle Shanahan. First down and 10. Deebo getting a little oxygen there. Colt McCoy is under center. Two tight ends set to the left side, and they give it to James Conner, who finds a little hole. James Conner, first down and more to about the 38-yard line. 14-yard gain on that carry.
80,000 here in Mexico City.
Very healthy crowd there in Mexico City. 7,427 at Estadio Azteca. Traditionally a soccer stadium, so it does have a little bit of a bigger crowd capacity. First and 10 here. Robbie Anderson goes in motion. Rarely used after coming over in the trade from Carolina. Play action. McCoy steps up, in trouble, flush to his left. McCoy will take off out of bounds after a gain of about 3. Make it 4.
That drive for San Francisco in the first half, we talked about it, how they didn't commit to running the ball the way that they had last week, but they ran the ball 7 times in that first half, and then on that drive to start this third quarter, they ran the ball 7 times, and a big part of that was Elijah Mitchell, of course, getting his carries.
Second down and 7 from the 42. Trips right. 2 receivers set to the left side, empty backfield. Trey McBride now goes in motion. McCoy Stepping up, and that is incomplete at the feet of DeAndre Hopkins. Travarius Ward there in coverage for the 49ers.
I think Colt McCoy, he's thinking the same thing. Ward is out there. You see the two guys just basically on top of each other. But
a little
Ward
collision there between Hopkins and
earlier
Ward.
this game,
Not the greatest route from Hopkins. He's normally one of the best route runners in the business. Now it's 3rd down and 7. Trips to the left side. Hopkins is in the slot. McCoy stepping up, firing and completing. DeAndre Hopkins inside midfield to the 48-yard line. Another 3rd down conversion here. You got Hopkins, a little shallow cross against Dre Greenlaw.
Not a little bit, a whole lot.
And not great rep there by Dre Greenlaw. 1st and 10. They flip it out to Greg Dortch, and he gets a couple. Jimmy Ward and Charvarius Ward were there for a gain of 2.
Having a night tackling. And I will point out that.
And we got a stoppage in play.
You say every time Ward's on the
got an
outside
injury.
that they're in man coverage. The 49ers play a lot of zone. And
8 minutes, 38 seconds left to play in the 3rd quarter, and that is Jimmy Ward who is down and holding.
Maybe it's a cramp.
Knee, maybe a cramp there.
We'll take a look at him. We'll take a break before 2nd and 8.
And we are headed to commercial. 2nd down and 8 coming up here for the Cardinals. Down 14 to the 49ers. Following this injury timeout. Remember, guys, we got the poll up above. Looks like I've got 27 votes. 74% of you are on the 49ers still. Arizona marching downfield on this drive, though. Again, guys, I'd really appreciate it if you could smash the like button on this stream. It helps push us out to other NFL fans. If you are a Denver Broncos fan or just an NFL fan in general, I would really appreciate it if you could check out my other channel, Denver Broncos Syndicate. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers over there. We just need about 23, I want to say. So if we could get to 1,000 subscribers within the next couple of days, I would really, really appreciate it. Quandale Dingle in the house. Let's go, Arizona. Yeah, they have not had a great start, but they're marching downfield on this drive. Let's see if they can widen or close this lead down to a touchdown here. Colt McCoy, again, I think played pretty well tonight, aside from that one turnover. Been able to distribute the ball very effectively to the Cardinals' receiving weapons. Rondale Moore, Trey McBride. Hi, kitty. James Conner. And we have a cat visit. Hi, Frosty. Kitty, kitty. I'm live streaming. All right, guys. If nothing else, be sure to leave a like on this one for Frosty. Frosty clearly wants to say hi. Come here, kitty. Oh, I don't know if they can see you. Oh, damn it. Yep. Say hi, Frosty. All right, come on, over here. If you want to lie down, you can lie down on this blanket, kitty. Right there, come on. Ward jogs off. That's good to see. We're back.
Spot. Two guys that play the slot.
2nd down and 8 here for Arizona.
Behind 9 tackles. 2nd and 8.
Little stack formation to the right side. James Conner goes in motion to the slot to the left. McCoy fires outside. Dangerous throw there to A.J. Green.
With Womack on him.
Chance Womack there in coverage. Samuel Womack, actually. Chance, I believe, was the old tackle from back in the day. Kitty, I love you, but no.
A fair amount, rookie, of course. He was playing a fair amount early in the season, but he hasn't even played in the last 3 games.
No, Kitty, no.
Here's one for Hopkins.
And that is broken up, intended for DeAndre Hopkins. Ward and Tashawn Gibson were there, and Gibson was the one who jarred that one out. 4th down and 3.
On 4th and 3, we'll go for it.
Yeah,
and the Cardinals are going to go for it. Not surprised there. Cliff Kingsbury is gambling here. trying to get something going, down by 14. 7 minutes and 55 seconds left to play in the third quarter. 4th down and 3. They split the backfield. McCoy takes the snap, drops back, fires. It's incomplete. Off target, looking for Greg Dortch, and the Cardinals will turn it over on downs. Cliff Kingsbury gambled on that one. Are we going to commercial? Yep. Colt McCoy and his young receiver there, Greg Dortch, not on the same page. McCoy was expecting Dortch to break outside, and McCoy is pissed. He is frustrated there. The wily veteran expects his receiver to be in a certain spot. The Cardinals turn it over on down. 7 minutes, 52 seconds left to play in the third quarter, and that was a rough one there for the Cardinals. Big stop for San Francisco. '49ers, man, are really starting to ascend up the ranks. They got a big win last week against the Chargers. As I try to get rid of this cat hair here. I love you, Frosty, but gee whiz, you shed like a mad girl. Anyway, I completely forgot what I was saying. Sorry, I completely lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, 49ers. They are starting to really establish themselves as a top-tier team in the NFL. I mean, despite entering this season with Trey Lance as their starting quarterback, Lance getting hurt, Garoppolo had a couple of rough weeks to start off the season, but overall he's really settled in nicely. The 49ers offense has a new dynamic element to it with the Christian McCaffrey trade. I mean, CMC and Deebo Samuel both on the field together is absolutely lethal for opposing teams. Sorry guys, I know my couch is all fucked up. Hi, kitty. You are being really annoying. I might need to throw you out. Huh. There's the ESPN Deportes call. Touchdown! Deebo Samuel! That's awesome. That's awesome.
Just under 20 miles per hour on that.
Jeez, Deebo was flying, man. His fastest speed as a ball carrier this season. 1st and 10 for the Niners from their own 42. Empty backfield. Garoppolo looking, retreating, firing, and completing. That is the aforementioned Deebo. Flag is down, and Deebo's got 4. Marco Wilson is also down for the Cardinals. Let's see the flag is and check on Wilson. It's a hold on San Francisco. It's a 10-yard penalty. That's on Spencer Burford. But we got to check here on Marco Wilson. He looked like he might have been grabbing his hamstring on that one.
Puts Baker on his back. It's worth another look to celebrate him.
Looks like Wilson's okay.
And he's a Bruin.
First down and 20 following the holding penalty. Oh, yeah, nope, there's Deebo now down, getting a massage gun on his right leg. 1st and 20. Over the middle, it's McCaffrey. And he is down at the 39-yard line, gain of 7. 2nd and 13, tackle made by Ben Neiman, the former Kansas City Chief. And it looks like they are trying to loosen up that calf there for Debo. That's not good. Those soft tissue injuries are always a risk there with those speedy players such as Debo Samuel. I wanted to call him a speedy wide receiver, but he isn't just a wide receiver. Second down and 13 now from the 39. Jimmy surveys, fires with a blitz in his face, and it's incomplete. That was tipped by Golden or Baker. That brings up a third down and 13. Is it JJ, who's known for batting balls? Nope, it was JJ. It was JJ coming in on a little loop stunt. And, yep. J.J. Watt, notorious for batting balls in his career. And that brings up third down and 13 here for the 49ers. Split backfield here with McCaffrey and Kittle. Hard count here from Jimmy. Garoppolo stepping up, firing, and that is broken up. Looking for Ayuk. Wilson was in coverage.
The ball, neither come up with it. Fourth down.
It looks like Ayuk may have slipped on that one. Some little early contact there by Isaiah Simmons. That might have justified a holding call, but no flag. And sure enough there, Ayuk split, and Wilson nearly had a pick there.
A good incompletion for San Francisco.
Yes, it was. And here's Wisnowski to punt it away. Little end-over-end punt, and that will check up and die at the 12.
At the 12.
And now Cardinals, once again, trying to make this a one-score game. Had a nice little stand there on defense. Let's see if their offense can reward them. And where did my phone go? Oh, there it is. %72% of you guys still on the 49ers in this one. Once again, I'd really appreciate it if you guys could smash that like button. Also, give us a subscribe if you are so inclined. We are really close to 550 subscribers on this channel, and then over on my other channel, Denver Broncos Syndicate, we are roughly 23-ish subscribers away from 1,000 over there. And once we hit 1,000, we can apply for monetization. So I would really appreciate it if you'd go check out Denver Broncos Syndicate if you are a Denver Broncos fan or just an NFL fan in general. We got 5 people in the chat right now. How's everyone doing tonight? I'd love to know what part of the country or what part of the world you are watching from here on this beautiful Monday evening. Got this stream coming to you here from Denver, Colorado. This game, the final one of the NFL International Series. We've seen games in London, in Germany, and in Mexico City this season. My Broncos were one of the teams that got to travel across the pond over to London, where they defeated the Jacksonville Jaguars. And just a reminder, guys, on Thanksgiving, we will be streaming definitely Bills and Lions, as well as Patriots Vikings, but we could also be potentially streaming the Cowboys Giants right here on Sparkin Sports NFL. Again, really just depends on if my voice can handle 3 consecutive games like that. All right, we are back. Roger Goodell, NFL commissioner in the house for this one.
Very proud Estadio Azteca home crowd. Commissioner Roger Goodell is with us tonight.
Greeting the Mexico national women's flag football team. That's sick.
Visit NFLflag.com.
All right, guys. Cardinals take over. First down and 10 at their own 12-yard line. 2 receivers set to the left side. Handoff goes to James Conner.
little bit.
Looking for a little breathing room and not much. He gets maybe 2.
I've been looking at the hand of Colt McCoy.
Colt McCoy kind of
over on the
got his
sideline.
left hand stepped on there. Looks like he took a cleat to the finger of that left hand.
Also playing with a bum knee.
2nd down and 8.
Left knee in the win at the Rams.
McCoy gets sacked. Pressure up the middle. And that is Kevin Givens, and McCoy got absolutely rocked on that one. Cardinals could not pick up that blitz up the middle, and Givens came damn near unblocked. Yep, looks like center Billy Price overcommitted to the left side, and the right guard was expecting some help and did not get it. A miscommunication there on the Cardinals' offensive line. Now it's 3rd and 17 back at the 4. And McCoy will throw a little screen underneath here to Dortch. And he will get to the 12, and the Cardinals will have to punt. Good stop there by the 49ers, and that blitz just absolutely killed the drive for the Cardinals. You can't pick up a blitz like that, man. Denver Broncos fans know that all too well, and give up unblocked pressure like that up the middle. Your offense has no chance. Colt McCoy couldn't even set his feet on that play. Andy Lee from about his 2-yard line. Not a bad kick here to about the 47. McLeod will take it inside San Francisco territory to about the 47-yard line of the Niners, and it's getting chippy down there.
No flags yet.
Between these two division rivals. No flags yet. Some pushing and shoving, which typically officials will let go. 49ers up 14. Gotta mute that real quick. 4 minutes and 25 seconds left to play here in the 3rd quarter. And 49ers, if they can get a score here, that'll pretty much slam the door on this one. Alrighty, 1st and 10 for the 49ers. On 3rd down, Jimmy Garoppolo 4 for 7 for 58 yards and 2 touchdowns in this game. 49ers take over at the 47-yard line, and Elijah Mitchell will burst forward to the 38-yard line. Gain of 9.
They go with the condensed formations. They do a lot of that. They tighten everything down. They get bodies on bodies and let the running back, regardless of who it is, pick their hole and go.
Yep.
We'll keep an eye on Juwan Jennings and Antonio Hamilton. The two were getting into it after that last play.
2nd and 1.
2nd down
A
and
quick
1.
snap, and a fumbled snap, and we got a whistle, possible false start. They blew it dead. Looks like Garoppolo was able to jump back on it, but rare instance where a penalty might have helped.
Offense, number 64, 5-yard penalty.
With an illegal snap on Jake Brindle. Center, I'm not sure what happened there.
Don't see that very often on a center.
Yeah, you don't see it very often on a snap from under center. Let's see. Oh, yep, he kind of wobbled the ball and then snapped it. That is definitely an illegal snap. 2nd and 6 now, back at the 43-yard line.
Really cleanly played game. Sorry.
2 tight ends set to the right side. Damn it, Troy. Better not jinx us. Mitchell, a little toss to the left side. Elijah Mitchell, 1st down and more. Mitchell near the 25-yard line.
6-time Pro Bowl fullback Juszczyk with a good block and a 19-yard carry.
Yeah, these are the things that I love to see. You got Ayuk who's blocking
Absolutely.
here, and then Juszczyk leading the way. And it's just a lot of unselfish play.
Ooh, great lead block like there by Kyle Juszczyk. That was a filthy block. Yeah, seriously. He absolutely took Antonio Hamilton for a magic carpet ride on that one. Woo! That was nasty. First down and 10 now from the 42 or 24-yard line. Handoff. Mitchell met in the backfield there. Jonathan Ledbetter among others. Loss of 1 on that carry.
Kittle's over there. Kittle was on the ground waiting for a Cardinal. He was trying to wave for a Cardinal to help him up off the ground.
Second down and 11.
But he would. He finally had to get up himself.
He's so great.
Yeah, he is, man. I love George Kittle. Dude is a fucking character, man.
They said, heck no, you're our rival.
All right, second down and 11. 21 personnel here. 2 running backs, 1 tight end.
Now Samuel in the backfield.
Samuel is now in the backfield here. They flare him out, and that is complete. Into the little void in the zone coverage. That's Christian McCaffrey, another first down.
You try to be a defender and cover
McCaffrey
him.
just
Watch as he comes off the ball.
runs a little seam route, it appeared.
The way that he sets up a
Actually, kind of more a little glance route there. Nice route there by Christian. Brilliant route runner. You can line him up in the slot, put him in the backfield. He and Deebo Samuel have such a similar skill set. The 49ers essentially have 2 Deebo Samuels or 2 Christian McCaffreys, however you want to look at it, and that is scary. First down and 10. Jawan Jennings goes in motion. Samuel takes the handoff here, and this time he goes nowhere. Isaiah Simmons and Ben Neiman were there.
Simmons was the first to hit him.
No gain, second and 10. Minute left in the third quarter.
You look at this game right now. Third quarter is winding down.
And now Zaven Collins, linebacker, slow to get up there for the Cardinals.
This Cardinals defense, I mean, they just...
He's down on 2 knees.
Can really afford to give up, but certainly can't give up a touchdown.
Second and 10.
Hopefully Collins is okay. We will be back from a 30-second medical timeout. 49ers trying to march downfield and extend their lead to 31-10. 49ers can go down and get a touchdown here. Again, that's probably going to be sayonara for the Arizona Cardinals down in Mexico City. We got 70% of people on the 49ers in our poll. If you have yet to participate in our little voting poll up above, please feel free to do so. Collins walks off here. Good to see. Second down and 10.
5 years in the desert now
from the 13-yard line. Garoppolo surveys underneath. That is Ayuk. Touchdown, 49ers. 28 seconds left in the third quarter. 49ers about to take a 21-point lead. That might have slammed the door. 13 yards. Jimmy Garoppolo to Brandon Ayuk. 49ers well on their way to 6-4. Arizona Cardinals in danger of a 4-7 ball game.
He's got 2 catches, 2 touchdowns.
Cliff Kingsbury probably needs to be fired. 6 plays, 47 yards, 3 minutes and 57 seconds off the clock on that drive. Robbie Gould flagged down here on the PAT. Gold's good, but let's see what the laundry is.
It's well known, started last year in the doghouse of Kyle Shanahan came on. He's built on that this year and has really developed.
Craig Rolstad, referee, checking things over.
Robbie Gould over to the sideline.
Illegal formation.
Legal formation on the defense.
San Francisco has elected to take the penalty on the kickoff. The extra point is good.
So this is
there
a
you go.
21-point game.
21-point game. 49ers lead 31-10 in Mexico City. Brandon Ayuk, 2 touchdown receptions here in this game. And after getting swept by the Arizona Cardinals last season, 49ers are well on their way to a win here.
Try to make the tackle on Ayuk, and he's unable to do so, and Ayuk gets his second score.
Again, guys, be sure to smash the like button. We'd really appreciate it.
Sid Luckman, Jim Ringo, the 10-time Pro Bowl center, our friend Michael Strahan, and then you.
Garoppolo, 18 for 27 for 189 yards and 3 touchdowns tonight. Brandon Ayuk, only 2 catches in this game for 20 yards, but both of those catches ended in touchdowns. Then Debo had 9 touches so far for 87 yards and a touchdown. And the 49ers are rolling, man.
With regard to Taylor Heineke, and we'll get into this in a second, but it certainly applies to Garoppolo.
In the third quarter, 49ers with 134 total yards in comparison to just 34 for the Arizona Cardinals. And that'll bring up a touchback. 1st and 10 for the Cardinals from their own 25. Kick goes over the head of Dortch, and 49ers firing up that Mexico City crowd.
Going on slants, a lot of yards after the catch. And for a guy who went through shoulder surgery and then was throwing on the side on an empty field during training camp.
There's Trey Lance on the sideline. Good to see. 49ers starting quarterback entering the season.
The guy's just playing great.
Former first-round pick for the 49ers out of North Dakota State.
There's a lot of players, quarterbacks that would be
1st and 10 here for Arizona. McCoy fires underneath. It is Hopkins, and he gets drilled immediately. Charvarius Ward. And that is probably going to end the third quarter here. 49ers lead 31-10, and this is starting to turn into a blowout. They gave Hopkins 4 on that. They're going to try to snap it here. And that's a false start. Arizona continues to shoot themselves in the foot.
What he's been able to do.
False start. Offense. Number 79. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
His career numbers against the Cardinals. First 5 games.
Jimmy's actually put up some really solid numbers against the Cardinals in his career. Faced them once with the New England Patriots and has faced them several times as a member of the San Francisco 49ers, and we are at the end of the third quarter. 49ers up 31-10 in what could be a very ugly game here at the end. Man, Cardinals, they are just poorly coached on both sides of the ball. Cliff Kingsbury, very clearly his days are numbered in the desert. Vance Joseph, their defensive coordinator, has really struggled these past few weeks. His unit has looked undisciplined. Offensively, the Cardinals have been a mess. Their run game sucks. Kyler Murray has been inconsistent and obviously now dealing with an injury. Colt McCoy, in my opinion, has looked like a better quarterback in this offense than Kyler Murray has. Colt McCoy obviously ran this kind of spread offense, this air raid offense at Texas, and something he's very familiar with. So, yeah, man, I don't know. The Cardinals are, in my opinion, heading backwards under Cliff Kingsbury, and I don't know if their ownership is going to make the necessary moves. Again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I'd really appreciate it if you could smash that like button. It's a free and easy way to help support the channel and helps push us out to fellow NFL fans. Also, if you are a Denver Broncos fan, I would really appreciate it if you could check out my other channel, Denver Broncos Syndicate. We are really close to hitting 1,000 subscribers over there. I really believe we can hit that really soon. Also, would really appreciate it if you'd subscribe to this channel as well. Alrighty, we are back in Mexico City.
On top in the division, the Seahawks at 6-4. Their loss in the division, week 2, to Kyle Shanahan's 49ers, and then the Cardinals opportunity tonight at 4-6, trying to make it a 3-team race in the NFC West, but they've got a long way to go tonight.
McCoy dumps it underneath. It's James Conner out of the backfield, and Conner on 2nd and 11 will get to the 29, and a flag is down. Shit.
Personal foul, roughing the passer.
It's on roughing the passer on Nick Bosa, and Colt McCoy definitely feeling that one.
The Cardinals pick up 21 yards on the 6-yard catch and run, and 15 yards because of...
Oh, come on.
Yeah, and that's the one.
That is completely unnecessary.
From this one. And
yeah, he was.
As well, because it was so late after the play that
yeah, come on, man. McCoy was... Well, that was like 2 seconds after McCoy got rid of that ball.
Taken out. You saw him bent over.
Yeah, definitely felt that one.
He's been kind of going through the gyrations. Of course, he had the knee injury coming in, and he's been banged up a little bit tonight.
Here's Conner, who gets 2. Here's
that 2 there for James Conner, and let's see that hit again from Colt McCoy.
Gets rid of the ball. He thinks he's done.
That is a completely unnecessary penalty. Colt had no idea it was coming. And he is definitely shaken up after that one.
His backup is Trace McSorley.
Former Baltimore Raven Trace McSorley, the backup quarterback here for Arizona tonight.
2nd and 8.
Trey McBride goes in motion. 2nd and 8. Another blitz. McCoy's in trouble. McCoy. Flag down, and McCoy's down. Fred Warner brings him down, and we got another flag on the play. And that's probably going to be a hold on Arizona. And McCoy once again grimacing after taking a hit.
Holding. Offense, number 79. That penalty's declined. The result of the play is 3rd down.
And that'll bring up a 3rd and long situation here for the Arizona Cardinals.
Up front as well, so they're backing up, and now the last few times now we've seen them in 3rd and long against this defense.
For the 49ers, that is their
3rd down and 17. It's the 3rd sack for this Niners defense tonight. Trips right for the Cardinals, empty backfield. They swing it out to Greg Dortch. He's got some blockers in front. He's got a long way to go. Gets near midfield, and that'll bring him a 4th down. And you got to imagine Arizona's going for it here. Greg Dortch got him in 4th and manageable here. 4th down and 4. Let's see what Cliff Kingsbury decides to call from the 50-yard line. Dortch in motion. Looked like a bit of a false start there. They got away with it. And that is stunt up front and tipped it incomplete. Drake Weenlaw. And the 49ers take over on downs. 31-10. 13 minutes, 10 seconds left in the game. And now you have to imagine San Francisco is just going to go into clock bleeding mode.
Stays out. McCoy over the middle, and Greenlaw knocked it away. 49ers take over up 21.
And this is turning into a blowout, man. Oh, yeah.
2 new IHOP.
Blah, blah. Again, man, the Arizona Cardinals are just proving that they're a poorly coached, poorly disciplined football team. I honestly would not be overtly surprised if we got news that Cliff Kingsbury was fired in the morning. The Cardinals have been completely disappointing. They are, I believe, basement dwellers in the NFC West. They are down there with the Los Angeles Rams. Just has not been good in the desert. And quite frankly, it's becoming more and more clear that Cliff Kingsbury is not an NFL head coach. He wasn't even very successful during his tenure as head coach at Texas Tech, especially considering his quarterback was Patrick Mahomes, and he still left there with a losing record. Then, of course, Cardinals went out and hired him, and Hopes that air raid spread offense could help Kyler Murray in his development, and thus far, man, Cliff Kingsbury has not been able to prove much. Cardinals made the playoffs last season, suffered an ugly, ugly first-round exit at the hands of the Los Angeles Rams. Then, this season, they started the year without DeAndre Hopkins for the first 6 games, and even with DeAndre Hopkins back, their offense still has a ton of fundamental issues. So, overall, man, things are looking very bleak for the Arizona Cardinals. Another scoring drive here by the 49ers, and have to imagine they might start pulling their starters. So the San Francisco 49ers, man, head into Mexico City, and it looks like they're going to be able to take care of business and come away with a win. Now, man, that really bodes well for them, and if they can advance far in the playoffs, I don't know who could beat them. I really don't. They've got a dynamic run game. They've got weapons galore. Their defense is lights out. I mean, the 49ers are an absolutely loaded unit. Alrighty, we are back in Mexico City.
And the 49ers now lead by 21, and they have the ball starting this position.
49ers take over now right at the midfield stripe. A little ghost motion here from Kyle Juszczyk. Garoppolo cans it at the line. A little toss here to Elijah Mitchell, who's had a nice night. And Mitchell turned a busted play into a gain of about 2. Nice job there by Elijah Mitchell. Buda Baker in on the tackle there for the Cardinals.
He recognizes it. He pulls up and checks out of the play and then tosses away from where the extra defender is, and yet Buda Baker ends up making the tackle anyway. That guy, he is like playing with a 12th man.
Second down and 8.
Said he is the best in the NFL now in not taking false steps.
Yeah, he's fun to watch.
Under center. He's checking motion. They hand it off here again. This time it's Mitchell again, and Mitchell will get down to about the 42-yard line, gain of 5.
Feel like with the score where it is, you're looking at third and 2.
That brings up a 3rd down and 2 here for the 49ers.
They've got to make a stop right here, because if they give up
Kyle Shanahan, Vance Joseph, the battle of the minds here on this drive.
Vance Joseph telling us coming into this game, we want to make Jimmy G the reason they win. If they win, Jimmy G has done just that. Spreading the ball around.
Yeah, that would have been fun, K-Fu. 3rd and 2. Oh, played for the NFC division. I got you. Yeah, absolutely.
They just as an offense,
and I think that could very easily happen. An NFC Championship game, 49ers in Dallas. Rematch of that playoff game last season where Cowboys had a shot down at the end, but some blundering clock management and game management from Mike McCarthy ended up costing them the game. This season, I feel like it would be an even more even matchup. Now Debo heads to the sideline and goes down. Looks like maybe his calf is bothering him again. 1st and 10, under 11 minutes left in the game. Debo could just be gassed, yeah, and McCaffrey gets about 3.
On the tackle. Talk about full house of skilled players. McCaffrey over 100 scrimmage yards. Debo Samuel 39-yard rushing touchdown. Longest rushing touchdown of his young career. Ayuk. Couple of catches, couple of touchdowns, and Kittle, who had just 1 catch in the win last week. 52 receiving yards and a score.
2nd down and 7 from the 47. A little ghost motion here from Kyle Juszczyk. Fake it and dump it. It's George Kittle inside the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown 49ers. Good night, George Kittle. And this is ugly. 32 yards.
Well, this is a
Hit him
nice
with that play action, leak
obviously,
out
by
George
Garoppolo
Kittle.
and Kittle, but this is embarrassing for the Arizona Cardinals.
Dump it
At
off
the
to the
end of this
flats,
play,
just
I mean,
totally
he's wide
blown
open, but at the end,
coverage.
How Antonio Hamilton
And no
doesn't come up
tackling.
after all the tackles he made last
That's terrible
week.
tackling by the
He
Cardinals.
to make an
Cardinals
attempt
are
on George
clearly
Kittle.
giving up on defense. And this game is over, folks. This game is a ugly blowout. Arizona Cardinals are just a terrible, undisciplined football team.
For Garoppolo.
Jimmy Garoppolo with a 4-touchdown game. And I don't know how the Arizona Cardinals can justify keeping Cliff Kingsbury after this one. I really don't. Both sides of the ball, they just came out and absolutely laid an egg. And obviously you can come out with these excuses, well, they didn't have their starting quarterback. Well, quite frankly, in my opinion, Colt McCoy played better than Kyler Murray had all season last week. And I don't know, man. I just don't feel like the Cardinals' best interests of their future are keeping Cliff Kingsbury as their head coach. He is. He is blowing up tonight. And it's embarrassing for the Cardinals. It really is. They came in with really high expectations. They signed Kyler Murray to that massive contract extension. And at this point, it's kind of starting to look like a massive mistake. Cliff Kingsbury also signed to the extension along with GM Steve Keim. It's going to be very interesting to see how Cardinals owner Michael Bidwill feels about this one. It's going to be very interesting. He's been very patient with this regime. But at the end of the day, man, you have to produce. And thus far, the Cardinals they've produced at times, but in key situations, they have completely fallen on their face. All right, guys. Well, this game's a blowout, but hopefully on Thanksgiving we'll get some better games. Bills-Lions should be a fun one. We got Cowboys-Giants and Patriots-Vikings. We'll be streaming those games here on Sparkin' Sports NFL. Thank you so much to everyone who tuned in tonight, guys. I really appreciate it. Once again, if you could just maybe do me a favor and smash that like button, it helps us out tremendously, and it's a free and easy way to help us out. We're back.
After the catch per game coming in, all the most among their positions since each one entered the NFL, as they've added McCaffrey, drafted Samuel and Kittle. We'll show you what they've done tonight.
10 minutes and 8 seconds left. Cardinals get the ball back at their own 25. And it looks like we have seen the end of Colt McCoy tonight. Trace McSorley now in at quarterback here for the Arizona Cardinals.
The catch, the run after the catch, now McCaffrey.
Yeah. Now you got Christian McCaffrey, another one of those players that he's been
Wouldn't
doing
be surprised if
this a long time.
49ers also start pulling some starters here.
Of course, George Kittle and the plays that he's made. This was outstanding on his
Colt
part.
McCoy absolutely took a beating tonight, man. Those last few shots he took, you could tell he was really shaken up. All right, so McSorley takes over the 25, and they run a little QB draw. That's what McSorley can do, and he will slide down at about the 31-yard line. Gain of 6.
There are teams in the NFL watching there. The Eagles are watching this game. Concentrate on the NFC. The Cowboys coming off that dismantling of the Minnesota Vikings. You can talk about the best teams in the NFC.
Second and 4 from
this
just inside the 30.
Is a different challenge.
Trips right.
Because you just don't get
McSorley looking, firing along the sideline, and it's complete. Good job there. It's A.J. Green. Near the midfield stripe, they're going to mark him out at about the 48-yard line.
Football left to be played, and you hope that injuries don't affect any of these teams that are in contention. But like last year,
9.5 minutes left to play.
The 49ers are always going to be a tough out.
Jimmy Garoppolo with that baseball cap on. Looks like his night may be done.
They went, but
McSorley underneath. McBride
the tight end,
to the midfield stripe. Gain of a couple, and that'll bring up a second down.
4 catches in his rookie season. He gets
We got
2 here.
Stoppage in play here. Dre Greenlaw is now down for the Niners. Kind of surprised they've kept him in the game here. Up 28 points.
Holding his left wrist.
Hopefully, he's holding that left wrist. Hopefully he's okay.
And these are, at this point in the game, with the rosters as they are, you just can't sub out players the way you can in college or the way you'd like to.
Trying to punch it out.
Yeah, I'm familiar with Tom Downey. I've heard the name before.
McBride's 4th catch of the game, and
I really appreciate you tuning in, K-Fu. I really appreciate it.
He's got 9 tackles in the game, a forced fumble, and a pass defensed. Signed an extension before week 2 that locks him up through 2024.
Greenlaw comes off.
And off he goes to the sideline.
Missed a lot of time last year. It's just it's a different defense when he's not on the field. They'd missed 1 game earlier this year. Yeah, he's been a good player for them.
Second down and 8 now.
Second and 8. McSorley, a free agent from
just
Penn
inside
State.
the midfield stripe.
2 for 4 on
Sorley
the
hands it off. Keontae Ingram for a couple. That's going to bring out a 3rd down and about 7.
Gets 2.
You look at this from the Cardinals'
Yeah,
perspective.
Colt McCoy definitely beat up. He is feeling it on the sideline there.
Into this season, of course, a lot of the unraveling. We talked about Kyler Murray earlier, of course, missing the game, but
there's Kyler Murray missing this game with a hamstring injury.
He has been healthy.
No, he is not. Kyler has not played very well. Greg Dortch goes in motion.
Hard to be good offensively.
McSorley steps up. He's in trouble. McSorley fires off his back foot, and there's nobody in the area.
We'll bring up 4th down and 6.
That
Pressure from Drake Jackson.
could have maybe been called for intentional grounding, but he was out of that. Well, he was outside the pocket.
Chargers, Patriots at the Broncos at home against
really
the Bucs.
Tough schedule there for the Arizona Cardinals, and they're just going to go ahead and punt this away.
That bye comes after the
8 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Fair catch at the 11-yard line by McLeod.
Talked about the 40-3 game yesterday, and Tony Pollard just went off.
Yeah, he sure did. Yeah, he just does. Whenever he gets his opportunities, he makes the most of them. He's a dynamic player for sure.
They got Zeke back yesterday. Their largest road win in franchise history.
Yeah, man, Cowboys absolutely lights out on the road against the Minnesota Vikings. Largest road win in Cowboys history, downing the Vikes 40-3.
Number 1 in the league with 42. Dan Quinn's got the defense humming.
1st and 10 from the 11. It's like Brock Purdy now in quarterback for the 49ers.
It's a bad football team. That's a good football team, and they were on the road.
And he hands it off.
Here's a rookie, Jordan Mason, just his
Jordan
second
Mason
carry in the NFL. Gets 4.
I know the week before against the Packers in overtime, that was a tough loss, but winning a game like that, as we know, it can develop
Brock Purdy, the final pick in the 2022 draft, Mr. Irrelevant, out of Iowa State.
To just kind of galvanize yourself a little bit. And
someone I know Kyle Shanahan really likes. And second down and 6. Trying to finish up this mop-up duty and get out of Mexico City with a big victory.
Oops.
Yeah, that Green Bay game was rough, man. Mike McCarthy made a couple of series of blunders on that one that cost you guys the game. That was tough, and that might be a sign of things to come for the Dallas Cowboys. Poorly disciplined, and then speaking of poorly disciplined, looked like Purdy didn't know which direction he was handing the football off there.
But Kyle Shanahan said, I'd be excited for him to come into a game and play as any third quarterback I've had.
3rd and 1.
Which says a lot.
From the 20.
That's a pretty good statement.
A little awkward start to the play there again, but Mason is close to the line to gain. Looks like they might mark it a little short. You heard him down there saying, "Give it to us."
Let's get out of here.
Seriously, everyone's ready to get out.
I'd still like to know if Brock Purdy, if he's satisfied with that nickname.
No, he's just gonna. They're gonna punt it.
If he's objecting to it.
He'll probably take it. Sounds better than Mr. Irrelevant.
And now we have moved into our fourth quarter blowout material.
That's a good point.
Wishnowski is set to kick this thing away.
49ers will take their time before this punt by
Yes,
Wishnowski.
they will. Play clock ticking inside 10. 5 minutes and 50 seconds left. You know, I would not be surprised at all if that's where Sean Payton ends up. He's been rumored to go to Dallas for years. Obviously, that's where he started his career. Oh, boy, here goes Greg Dortch. And Dortch flag flies inside the 30-yard line. Big return, but it might be coming back.
Some of the yardage to be taken away.
Yep, illegal block in the back or hold. But back to Sean Payton, yeah. Dude's been linked to Dallas for all those years. Again, obviously, he was on the Cowboys staff back in the day before becoming the New Orleans head coach. And, of course, that is an illegal block in the back there on Arizona, wiping off a majority of that return.
All right, John, have you enjoyed your time here in Mexico?
That's a good thing.
Have you enjoyed your time here in Mexico?
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
What a weekend.
It's been great.
Great hospitality, great hotel, great food.
And the crowd has been into this game since 4 hours before kickoff.
Oh, yeah. A lot of passionate football fans down there in Mexico.
5.5 to go, down by 28, and they're down to their third quarterback of the season. I think if Kyle Shanahan wasn't worried about injuries after seeing Dre Greenlaw come off, seen Trent Williams on the sideline, Garoppolo,
First and 10
Mitchell,
from the 33 now.
McCaffrey.
Trips left. McSorley takes the snap. They give it a draw here. Ingram's got a first down. Nice running there.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that Cliff Kingsbury's not thinking the same thing, because on that fourth down, if he was still going at it, I think they go.
No, the Cardinals are just running the ball and trying to get out of here at this point. Again, man, I would not be surprised at all if this ends up being Cliff Kingsbury's swan song.
Let's get out of here without getting anybody too hurt.
Ingram for about one. Nice tackle by Aziz Al-Shair.
Aziz is back. Last week, his first game off IR with a knee injury, hurt week 3, and he's a guy that'd be starting for a lot of teams. But he's coming off the bench and getting mop-up duty here tonight.
Yep.
2nd and 9.
2nd down and 9 here. McSorley throws.
Dortch gets hit, hangs
Greg
on.
Dortch takes a hit, but is still able to hold on there. Gain of about 5.
Kittle a nice night with 2 touchdowns. You think about how the Cardinals started last year, 7-0. They dropped 4 of their last 5. Kind of backed into the playoffs. Didn't play well in the loss of the wild card round at the Rams.
3rd and 4.
And this season's been different. They actually
from the 47-yard line. McSorley, quick setup and throw. It's complete. First down, A.J. Green.
Kingsbury's team. Cliff is tired of looking at these numbers. This is time at Texas Tech, time in Arizona, the way they play the first 7 games of the season, and the winning percentage the rest of the year.
I'm not going to try to sing that like the way Troy Aikman did. McSorley flushed out to the right. Fires, and it's complete. A.J. Green on the sideline there. Another first down here. Cardinals trying to get a score here in garbage time.
You end up giving up as a defense when you're just playing soft and keeping everything in front, not trying to give up anything quick in terms of scores. And it ends up looking a lot different when it's all said and done than what really the game was and how
trips left. Here the Tacos audible at the line.
Taco, they've come to the right place.
Tacos. See what that gets us. Blitz from the 49ers.
Sorely, and that is nearly picked. And that would have been a house call there for Sam Womack.
Nothing but green Kikuyu grass between him and the end zone.
Green Kikuyu grass.
Said, I'll take your taco to the house.
Seriously. Right off his fingertips.
Second down.
2nd and 10. 3 minutes, 25 seconds left. Trips left. McSorley underneath again. That is complete to Dortch. To about the 13. Another first down.
Clock continues to run. Just over 3 to go. A 12-yard completion to Greg Dortch, who is now leading the Cardinals in receiving yards.
Yeah, goes over 100 yards for the night with that reception.
First time he's done that in the NFL. Go over 100.
First down and 10. Ingram cuts it out and is chopped down. Womack.
On his back. Loss of 1.
Lenore was also in there. Loss of 1.
Womack's done a decent job. That would have been nice for him on his resume if he'd been able to make that catch and return it for a touchdown. But like I said, he was, for a young player, he was getting a lot of playing time early in the season, and then the last 3 games hasn't seen the field defensively. He's gotten some action tonight.
2nd and 11 from the 14. Trips left.
Second down, 11. McSorley.
End zone. McSorley, nobody home. AJ Green, intended receiver, and that's a 3rd and 11.
It's going to be a long trip back.
Indeed it is.
Arizona after this one, figuring out
some heads may roll when they return to the desert.
How they're going to fix some of the things that continue to give them problems.
It would help if they could get their offensive line right.
3rd and 11. Trips left.
3 starters on IR. 9 different players.
Sorely fires. End zone. Intercepted in the end zone. Womack has his first of his career. He had a great game. Takes a knee in the end zone, and that will do it, man. Sayonara, Arizona.
Well, they missed the first one, but this time it's thrown right to him. He really didn't have much of a chance to drop it.
Had absolutely nothing. Threw it right to Sam Womack.
Keep it in the end zone right there, rather than
thank you so much to everyone who tuned in, guys. Really fun stream tonight here on Sparkin' Sports NFL. We will be back on Thursday for Thanksgiving games. Bills, Lions, Cowboys, Giants, and Patriots, Vikings.
For the rookie 5th-round pick from Toledo.
Still need to get another first down before this is officially salted away. They give it to Mason.
Breaking tackles, got about 8. We're at the 2-minute warning in Mexico City.
Right on, K-Fu.
On their way to 6 and 4 with a win over the Cardinals.
Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. And we're at the 2-minute warning. I have no idea why the hell they had to sneak in one last commercial. But of course they did, because they want to waste 5 more minutes of our time. Again, man, really tough loss for the Cardinals. They are now 4-7 after they made the playoffs last year. And this season is just a complete and total train wreck. From the top on down, the Arizona Cardinals have major questions organizationally. They have a lot they need to figure out. They definitely do. Again, guys, before dipping on out of here, I'd really appreciate it if you could smash a like on this stream. Helps the channel grow and helps us get seen by more fellow NFL fans. And again, I'd really appreciate it if you could check out my Denver Broncos channel, Denver Broncos Syndicate. Helps us grow, and that channel's near 1,000 subscribers, so I'd really appreciate you checking us out and maybe giving us a sub if you're so inclined. I'm definitely excited to start building this community. We recently rebranded this channel into a NFL and streaming channel. I initially had started off this channel a couple of weeks ago on its own channel, but decided to flip over to this channel because I already had 500 subscribers, and this channel is essentially just sitting here going to waste, and I figured I might as well do something with it. Of course, we had to go to this commercial here on the 2-minute warning and the blowout. We are back.
Obviously, the Niners and the losing side. We'll see what Arizona has to say for a pretty miserable performance.
Oh God, man, that was about as sucky and miserable and pathetic as you could get for the Arizona Cardinals.
About who their starting quarterback's going to be moving forward. We'll get you back now for the final 2 minutes from Mexico City. Joe,
you got Sutcliffe coming on.
2nd down and 2. First down, we'll salt this away here. Brock Purdy at quarterback. Jordan Mason is in the backfield. Tight end Ross Dwelly goes in motion. They hand it off here to Ingram. He's got the first down.
They watch a first down carry here by Mason.
Make it Mason, sorry. And that will salt this one away. Couple of kneel downs. San Francisco 49ers defeat the Arizona Cardinals 38-10. An ugly performance by the Cardinals. A dominating game from the 49ers on both sides of the ball. Cliff Kingsbury needs to be fired, man. It's pathetic, inexcusable at this point. What's going on in the desert. Purdy with a couple of kneel downs here to finish this off. Thank you so much to everyone who tuned in, guys. Once again, smash that like button. Jimmy Garoppolo is obviously fired up. Gonna walk out of Mexico City with a very big victory. 49ers are feeling really good about themselves. They have proven that they can hang with the best of them here in the NFC. And it could very well be the 49ers representing the NFC in the Super Bowl. Obviously, the Philadelphia Eagles still in heavy contention as well. Dallas Cowboys, many other teams, but these 49ers are as good as any of them, man. And that is our final kneel down for Brock Purdy. And we are done, guys. 49ers win. Kyle Shanahan takes the field to meet Cliff Kingsbury. Colt McCoy, frustrating night for him. Thank you so much, guys. I am your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out and let's ride.